Hello, welcome to Greensburg, Kansas for this game between the Kiowa County Mavericks and the visiting Skyline Thunderbirds. My name is Matt Christensen. I'll be doing play-by-play for tonight's game, and I'm joined by Travis Barnes.
Good evening.
Mavericks going to have their work cut out for them. They're facing a 4-1 Skyline team who has a couple big wins under their belt, but we'll be back here in a bit to talk about these teams in a little more detail, but for now, going to break for a bit. Hope you join us for what's going to be a great game. And welcome back again to this game between the Kiowa County Mavericks and the Skyline Thunderbirds. Now, Kiowa County off to a little bit of a rough start this year. They're at 1-4 on the season. Their lone win is a win versus Ashland in their first home game here on September 19th. Other than that, the Mavericks have suffered a few big losses, really I think due to their schedule. They've had a very tough schedule so far this year with losses to some of the best teams in Southwest Kansas, including Spearville, Hodgson County, and South Central. Had a little bit of luck of the draw here early this season, but see if they're able to bounce back against another very good team in Skyline.
That's right, Matt. Skyline is coming into this game with a 4-1 record. But they haven't, as you mentioned, they haven't quite played as tough a schedule as Kiowa County so far. Their only loss was to an undefeated Attica team that happened to drop 90 on them. However, they did score 54 points in that game. So, against a tough opponent, they were able to put a lot of points on the board. That could bode well for the Thunderbirds as they come into this game.
Yeah, Skyline definitely has not had any trouble at all this season putting points on the board. Tell us a little bit about some of the players who lead that offensive attack.
Well, Skyline primarily we're going to see a lot of running today. As it's 8-man football, so they're real run heavy, not so much on the pass. They're led by number 23, Dustin Weber. He's their quarterback. He's not a huge passing threat, but he does lead the Thunderbirds with 80 yards on 105 carries, and he has 9 touchdowns. Another player we're really going to need to look at is number 20, Daniel Hacker. He doesn't get as many carries as Weber, but he does make the most of it his opportunities because he has 306 yards on 46 carries and 8 touchdowns.
On the Maverick side of the ball, a couple players probably want to look out for. A couple juniors. First of all, Landon Davis, number 10, junior. He is getting more and more carries as the season goes on out of the running back position. Early in the year, offense was focused mainly on Poncho Bandman and Dylan Jacks, but Davis actually quietly having a good year. He's got 37 carries, 245 yards, a pair of touchdowns. Another player to look out for is Eric Torres, number 50. Usually plays tight end for the Mavericks. He has had some experience, has a few carries this season. He is actually got 14 carries for 126 yards. So, again, not getting as many opportunities as the other Maverick backs, but he is making most of them averaging over 9 yards a carry. So, again, a couple of Mavericks might want to look out for to kind of come in under the radar and maybe have a big game.
Interesting you bring up Eric Torres because the last game that you and I did, we saw him towards the end of the game, mostly due to injuries, really get a lot of the carrying load. Last week, though, the game that you weren't here, did not carry the ball once. It was primarily the most of the Mavericks that were injured with Dylan Jacks, Poncho Bandman. They were actually back in the game, were able to carry most of the load, and did a lot of the offensive damage and had a lot of the offensive success that the Mavericks had last game.
And that is a good point about some of the struggles the Mavericks have had early this season is they have been plagued by injuries. Thankfully, none very serious, but enough to keep a player out here and there, definitely leading to some of their struggles early this season. So good news is for now, they seem fairly healthy, so see if they're able to bounce back from a tough loss last week and put together a win here tonight. Well, for now, I think we're going to break to commercial for a bit. We'll be back with your starting lineups and for the kickoff. Hope you join us. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg is proud to offer Bayer Crop Science crop protection products. Chewing bugs, fungal diseases, and grasses needlessly kill or drastically limit corn and soybean production each year. Innovative Bayer Crop Science products control these unwanted intruders. That means increased yields for more grain in the bin at harvest. Let Southern Plains Co-op protect your crops with Bayer Crop Science products. At Southern Plains, we deliver service.
The weather just seemed a little bit
The
unusual.
sound was just
You can
deafening.
hear and feel things just breaking up.
School was
above
gone,
you.
my church was gone, my town was gone. What are we going to do?
We could rebuild it. We could start over and rebuild a whole community. Let's rebuild the town. Let's work together. Let's try to do it right.
The spirit of the community, we will rebuild.
Maybe we do have to do it different.
To be able to make a difference that can be felt for generations, it's very exciting.
Come and experience the story in Greensburg.
And welcome back to Greensburg, Kansas. We're set here for our national anthem, so we will turn it over to the lovely performers here tonight. Hope you enjoy it.
Test 1 2. Thank you. Welcome everyone to tonight's contest between Skyline Thunderbirds and the Kiowa County Mavericks. This contest is being held in accordance with the Kansas High School Athletic Activities Association, and players and fans are expected to promote high levels of sportsmanship, primarily for the participation of the student athletes. At this time, would you please remove your headgear, stand, and face the south end of the field for the playing of our national anthem by Claire Mullender and Hannah Brown. Now we will introduce the players. First for the Skyline Thunderbirds. Number 7, a 6 foot, 170 pound senior, Levi Johnson. Number 13, 6 foot, 165 pound senior, Tristan Hogan. Number 20, 6 foot, 210 pound senior, Daniel Hacker. Number 21, 6 foot, 175 pound sophomore, Brady McComb. Number 22, 5 foot 10, 210 pound senior, Blake Lee. Number 23, 6'1", 155 pound senior, Dustin Weber. Number 50, 5 foot 11, 240 pound senior, Landon Lee. Number 58, 6 foot 3 inch, 240 pound senior, Leighton Kenworthy. Thunderbirds are coached by John Novotny, Andrew Nation. And for your hometown Kiowa County Mavericks, number 3, 5 foot 6, 130 pound junior, Poncho Bandman. Number 10, 6 foot, 150 pound sophomore, Landon Davis. Number 22, 5 foot 9, 150 pound junior, Dylan Jacks. Number 40, 6 foot 2 inch, 165 pound junior, Brett McVeigh. Number 50, 5 foot 11, 245 pound junior, Eric Torres. Number 55, 5 foot 11 inch, 175 pound junior, Sammy Cervantes. Number 57, 5 foot 8, 235 pound sophomore, Franco Holquin. And number 58, 5 foot 11 inch, 263 pound junior, Aaron Heft. Mavericks are coached by Clint Young, Peter Kern, and Steve Heft.
And welcome back. We are just seconds away from kickoff here, just have the coin toss to go, but before we get there, we'd like the Media Center in partnership with USD 422 would like to recognize our sponsors for Kiowa County Schools Fall Sports. Those sponsors include BTI John Deere, Greensburg Rotary, Greensburg First United Methodist Church, the Big Well Visitor and Information Center, Kiowa County Health Department, People's Insurance, People's Bank, Greensburg State Bank, Tyree Ag, Centera Bank, Dwayne Shank Motors, Southern Plains Co-op with locations in Lewis, Greensburg, Belpre, and Centerview, and finally our good friend Cheryl Heft. So as the officials sort out the coin toss, we're going to take a very quick break, but in just a few seconds we'll be back for Kiowa County Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
The internet has drastically changed the way we communicate. Are you keeping up with the times? The Kiowa County Media Center can connect you with viewers in markets all over the region, the state, and the world. Our technology keeps us on pace with the high demand of internet video content. Bring your audience from anywhere in the world to your wedding, conference, sporting event, concert, and much more. No one does high-quality video streaming like us. We are the Kiowa County Media Center, leading the new age of communication.
Kiowa County Impact Video Production Committee encourages you to practice the KC Big Three.
At Kiowa County, we treat others right.
By helping others up.
By encouraging each other.
By patting players on the back and showing good sportsmanship.
At Kiowa County, we make smart decisions.
By respecting the officials.
By keeping our cool.
And by listening to the coach.
At Kiowa County, we maximize our potential.
By practicing on our own time.
And by always giving 100%.
And welcome back. We are just ready for kickoff here. Kiowa County will be receiving to start this game. Although Skyline does have the wind to their back again here tonight. Pretty good north wind, not as fast as we've seen previously, but still may have a little impact on this game. Although, given the frequency with both these teams pass the ball, figure may not actually be all that important other than a kicking game.
You know, it become a factor if a team is able to establish the passing game. We both know they're going to be run-heavy teams.
Well, Jax fields that kickoff. Patient, waiting for his blocks, but he is met by several Thunderbirds there, and he's going to get out to about the 17, where the Mavericks will take over, 1st and 10.
One thing I noticed at the last game is that Mavericks, towards the end of the game, started to have very, very big success with an unbalanced line. I'd be real interested to see if they come out with that or if they go back to more of their traditional set, which it does appear that that's the case there.
Jax in at quarterback, and Davis and Banman actually split out a little farther. And Jax, I'll get the right player eventually, folks. He's actually able to pick his way through for a nice gain out to near the 25, call it to the 24. So that's a gain of about 6 yards, bringing in a nice short 2nd and 4.
You shouldn't feel too bad. I called him Evan last game, so.
Well, at least you were in the same family.
Yes.
And that is an interesting motion. And looks like the officials didn't like it. Actually, that penalty is going to go against Skyline. They're going to be called for an offside, and that will be a 1st down as the yardage will push the Mavericks past the 34-yard line, the 24-yard line.
I did not see that penalty at all. I was looking more at the men in motion and didn't notice that one of the defenders must have made contact with the lineman.
So Mavericks again go with the heavy shift, and Banman passes it back to Jax, not able to come down with it.
And another flag on the play.
Going to wonder if this may not be a legal formation against the Mavericks. And looks like it is going to be a legal procedure called against the Mavericks.
So Skyline gets those 5 yards back.
But still 1st down.
That's right.
Although 2nd and 4 may be preferable to 1st and 15. I don't know.
I think I'd take the 2nd and 4.
Still 3 downs to go before the Mavericks have to think about punting, so we'll see what they do. And I think the Mavericks getting a little too tricky as they try that shift again and again. Well,
what happened was as the Mavericks went in the shift, they're split out. The defender followed them, thinking that they were going in motion and crossed the line before the ball was even snapped. So the Mavericks again get the 5 yards back.
The one thing I can say about that formation is it seems very effective at drawing penalties from either team. No flag there. It's going to be a handoff to Torres. Not much room. Good open field tackle there. Looks like that was made by number 83.
Yeah, he had one man to beat, and he had nothing but end zone ahead of him. Good tackle by the Skyline defender.
I think that was number 23,
Weber.
Dustin Weber. And going to be a flag again on 2nd.
I think that might be encroachment. The defender jumped and caused the Maverick to jump. So it'll be interesting to see what the officials call here.
Definitely movement on both sides. It looks like the Mavericks are going to be flagged for moving first.
So the Skyline get the 5 yards back again.
So we've had 2 actual plays and 4 penalties so far. 2 on each team. 2nd and 14 here. And snap gets behind the Mavericks, and really all Jax can do is recover it back at the 20 before the defensive line of the Thunderbirds gets to him. It's going to be a loss of about 4, and it's going to bring up 3rd and call it about 18. Once again, motion, and once again, this is actually going to be a timeout
on Skyline,
as the formations from the Mavericks are causing a little confusion.
Really interesting start to this game.
Very interesting.
And we'd like to take a moment to pay attention to one of our sponsors, the Greensburg Hand Dug Well Museum, Go Mavericks. They have a museum and a visitor center. You can also see the exhibits on the history of Greensburg, the tornado, and the rebuilding sustainable that Greensburg's trying to do here. For any questions, contact Stacy Barnes at 620-723-4102.
I'm just going back to your observation from the first play, Travis, and that it appeared the Mavericks are going with their standard formation, which is true for a brief second.
For a brief second, yes.
They seem in a hurry to get out of it in most plays.
And having a hard time making up their mind. I know it's designed in that manner, but it's a very interesting start to the game.
Bamman in motion. And Jack's back to pass. He's able to elude some defenders, but they catch up to him before he gets back out to the 30. So nice carry there by Jax, making really something out of nothing there on that passing play, but still he's only able to get back near the original line of scrimmage to bring up 4th and 11. And Jack's going to call a timeout there, as he wasn't really sure what the call was there on 4th and 11, so he's going to consult with Coach Young, and they'll decide what the call is on 4th down.
We've seen 2 timeouts, 5 penalties, a nice fumble recovery prevention.
I'd like to thank another one of our sponsors here during this timeout, Centera Bank. FDIC insured, it's a pleasure is their motto. They've got 5 great locations, and you can track down any of them at centerabank.com. But yeah, not the cleanest start to this game, really on either side. Both teams have been flagged multiple times. Got to think that Mavericks, this is their first time they've tried some of that more complicated movement in their formations, and obviously the first time the Thunderbirds have seen that themselves. So coming out of this timeout, the Mavericks are going to decide whether or not they're going to punt. I would imagine they probably will. They typically don't do a long snap on their punt, but we'll see here. And Jax does get that kickoff, but it's going to fall a little short. Gets just past midfield, and it'll be down by Bamman there at the 39 of the Thunderbirds.
Punt of 12 yards. That wind played a large factor in that punt. It kind of went up there and stopped midair.
Yeah, and as we pointed out, that's more often than not, the wind can very much impact games here in southern Kansas. We're very windy typically. So Mavericks going to have to fight that wind here the rest of the first quarter. And that ball is kept by Weber. Not much room there for him, however, as he's only able to get out to about midfield. Call it a gain of 1. Will bring up 2nd and 9.
The Mavericks this season have been doing a really good job stopping the run between the tackles. Their size up front has done a really, really good job slowing down other teams. One of the things they're susceptible to is the pass, so it'll be real interesting to see if Skyline tries to air it out here.
And Weber going to keep it again around the left side this time, and he's able to find some room. He's finally going to be tripped up near first down by Jax.
That's Daniel Hacker.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. They confused me by doing a direct snap. So that will be enough for a first down there for Hacker. Brings up 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line of the Mavericks. Weber does not get the snap that time. It gets behind him, and he is just going to smother it there. That's number 40 for the Mavericks. Brent McVeigh, who putting the pressure there. Big loss there for the Thunderbirds. It's going to push them back inside their own 35 at the 34, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 25. Weber hands the ball off there to number 7. That is Levi Johnston on the carry.
Levi Johnston carry for the Thunderbirds.
gets some good yardage there. Back past midfield out to the 39 of the Mavericks. Still well short of the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd and 18.
In the early going here, both teams seem to be fairly evenly matched. It's very mirror images, their strengths.
Well, as we pointed out at the beginning of the game, both teams very run heavy. And Weber actually, that is Hacker again on the pass. That's complete. And nice job by Johnston to stay on his feet as long as he did. Still not a lot of yardage on that play, but there is a flag at the end. We'll see how that goes.
It looks like a late hit call on the Mavericks, so that'll give the Skyline Thunderbirds good field position.
And that could be a very costly penalty because we'll see what the call is here. And looks like you are exactly correct. So instead of being 4th and 15, it is going to be, I'm assuming, a first down. But we'll see where the official spots go. But it should be, if not a first down, very close. I'm not sure, is that an automatic first down in 8-man? I should be more familiar with the rules, but I'm not sure.
With 8-man, I'm not entirely certain.
But just based on yardage, it should be very close.
Right.
Actually,
it was after the play. So.
That's going to be a first down. So a very costly late hit for the Mavericks. Instead of being 4th down near midfield for the Thunderbirds, they're going to have first down at the Maverick 19.
First down for the Thunderbirds. That's Maverick 19. Up for Strawberries Range Club selling caramel apples under the blue canopy down by the concession stand.
Hacker at quarterback again, and he's showing some good power running there, dragging a couple of the Mavericks linemen behind him.
He did a really good job keeping his feet moving forward. Positive yardage. Nice little gain of 4 on the first down.
Yeah, take another look at the play there. Jacob Irvin had him there kind of near the line of scrimmage, but Hacker able to power forward and get a few yards. Weber back at quarterback now, and he's going to keep it up the middle again, able to find a gap and bring the ball out near the 10-yard line. Not quite enough for a first down, but going to bring up 3rd and call it 2. 1.5 or 2. So not really breaking out yardage in big chunks are the Thunderbirds, but they are moving the ball forward. And Weber takes a snap, and he's going to hand it off there to Hacker, and he is going to get in the end zone. So Thunderbirds on the board first.
That personal foul penalty really came back to haunt the Mavericks.
Sorry to interrupt, but just see the replay there. Just really a nice run there by Hacker, just picking his way in between defenders and finding the end zone. But absolutely right, really that penalty just killed the Mavericks on that drive. Again, what otherwise would have been a 4th and 13-14, ends up being a 1st and goal or 1st and 10 in the red zone. As Weber finds the pylon with the ball there, but it's good enough for 2 more points for the Thunderbirds. And here early in this game, it is 8-0 in favor of Skyline. We're going to take a quick break. Hope you join us for the rest of this first quarter.
Let Southern Plains Co-op take the worry out of choosing corn and soybean seed. For powerful performance at harvest, we know Mycogen seeds deliver. Global breeding and vigorous testing results in hybrid seeds with guts. That's true value that makes a difference. Maximize your seed investment for higher yields at harvest. Choose Mycogen hybrids from Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg. At Southern Plains, we deliver service and mycogen seeds.
And welcome back to Greensburg, Kansas. As Skyline Thunderbirds got on the board first here this game, they lead 8-0 as we're ready to hit the kickoff here. And just as we do now have the score, we'd like to thank BTI for providing the scoreboard. Again, today's scoreboard sponsor is BTI, your local John Deere dealer in Greensburg, Buckland, Pratt, Ness City, and Hoxie. Find them at btiequip.com. The Media Center thanks them for their support. And Jax is going to field that around the 5-yard line. Lines up behind his blockers, finds a hole. And nice return there by Jax as he's going to get out around the 28-yard line.
It looks like there's a Skyline player down on the field.
That is number 7, Johnston.
I didn't see if he had contact with anybody or just appeared to be kind of away from all the action.
And again, most players there were on the left sideline. Good to see him getting up relatively quickly. Hopefully it's not too serious, and we'll see him here before too long in the game. So just to recap the first drive of the Mavericks, they tried quite a bit of trickery really in their formations with a lot of motion. Drew a few penalties from Skyline as they tried to adapt, and unfortunately the Mavericks also committed a few penalties themselves for illegal formation. Looks like there goes the motion again. Torres is going to line up behind Jax at running back, and we'll see what the kind of play the Mavericks run. And Jack's going to keep it, and looks like a good play call because he's got a lot of room, and he's not going to be taken down until he gets well inside Thunderbird territory down to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, that motion really opened up the running lane for Jax on that last play. Brought the corner over because they split out. Number 40, Brett McVeigh, split out of the formation and really caused some confusion on the Skyline defense.
Motion again, and looks like very similar formation to the play the Mavericks just ran. And really very similar play itself. Jack's able to elude many defenders. He's still on his feet, and he's going to get out inside the 20 down to about the 16, but there is a flag in the general vicinity where I'm going to think there may be a blocking penalty.
Yeah, that would be a holding penalty on the Mavericks, so that'll negate the positive yardage.
So nice run there by Jax, just staying on his feet and really ends up finding some room there on the left side, but again, it looks like it's going to be all for naught, but we'll see what the official indication is here. Most definitely a hold against the Mavericks, so that'll back them up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So they'll be facing first and about 22 near midfield.
Really costly penalty there on the Mavericks.
Really, unfortunately for the Mavericks, kind of been their MO for tonight. They've had very many troubles with those flags. Banman back at quarterback now. Fakes the throw to Jax, looking deep for Landon Davis, but throws the ball a little short.
Yeah, the wind really played a factor on that. Landon wasn't even looking back for the ball. Really got underthrown.
Very difficult to throw the ball downfield into that stiff wind. So 2nd and 22 from the 39. Jack staying at quarterback this time. And he's going to try to throw himself. And he has got Torres. And that's complete out to about the 30. Good for a gain of about 9. Should be noted that Torres is one of the leading receivers for the Mavericks. They like to throw to their tight ends quite often, so both Torres and Aaron Heft, popular targets for the Mavericks QBs.
Good sure-handed big men. Gotta love it.
And Jack's running around his left, but just not able to find a hole that opens up, and that's going to be a run for about no gain.
And again, that costly penalty on first down really put them back.
It is going to be a gain of 1 on that carry for Jackson, going to bring it up 4th and about 13. Be interesting to see what the Mavericks play call is here. Again, 4th and long, but they are fairly well inside Thunderbird territory.
Got split guys out, so.
Yeah, definitely not a punting formation, and Bandman is looking for Davis, and that is nicely broken up there. Looks like that was Justin Hampel on the coverage. So Mavericks will turn that ball over on downs, which will bring up 1st and 10 for the Thunderbirds at the Maverick 30.
Good defense by Little there, getting his hands on the ball and able to knock it away from Davis, any opportunity to catch it.
Looks like Bandman was able to compensate a bit for that wind.
Yeah.
Once he's kind of got a feel for it. And
he did make an adjustment, yeah.
Very much get that ball downfield.
But good coverage by the Thunderbirds.
And Weber, he's going to pass himself, looking down the left sideline. And that was a very nice throw. Looks like that's
Tristan Hogan.
Hogan.
Really hit him in the numbers and went right through his arms.
Yeah, got to give credit for Weber for a very nice pass there. Just unfortunately for the Thunderbirds, Hogan not able to come down with it.
Yeah, right through his arms.
And that is a very nice play there by Jacob Irvin, able to trip up Hacker there from behind, and that's going to be a loss of about 2.
Yeah.
And just got enough of the ankle to kind of make him stumble, and he wasn't able to recover.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yep. So call it a loss of 1 on that play, actually. Brings up 3rd and 11. And looks like that's probably going to go against the Mavericks. Both Irvin and Heft went a little early there. We'll see if they were drawn off. No, they weren't. So rather than 3rd and 11, it'll be 3rd and 6 now for the Thunderbirds at their own 34. Again, penalties have really hurt the Mavericks tonight. Weber running to his left, not much room. And that is not going to be enough for a first down. Gain of about 2 is going to bring up 4th and 4. So we'll see what the Thunderbirds do here on 4th down. And again, Mavericks on the previous possession were facing 4th down, went for it, not able to convert. We'll see what exactly the Thunderbirds coaching staff decides to do. Does not look like they're in a punting formation, so they're going to go for it on 4th and 4. And there's another flag on the field.
A false start on the Thunderbirds.
Well, that will definitely help the Mavericks' cause, as 4th and 9, much more difficult to convert than 4th and 4.
False start indicated against the Thunderbirds.
So we'll see. It looks like that is going to affect the play calling of Skyline as they now line up to punt.
Jack's back to return.
Good punt. Again, with the back to the wind for the Thunderbirds. Jax fields it. Able to elude a couple defenders, but that's about it. He'll get out to about the 20-yard line where the Mavericks will take over.
McVeigh had a wonderful block there downfield. Really sprung Jackson, gave him a little bit of breathing room.
Mavericks will start this drive on their own 20.
So 1st and 10 for the Mavericks at their own 20. And we'll see if they can get their offense going. Again, hasn't had a lot of luck getting that done tonight, but start out with a handoff to Bandman. He'll pick up a couple. not a lot of room.
More conventional set for the Mavericks. This is more along the lines of what we've seen from them all year.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Mavericks. Again, running a more traditional formation. Again, another big shift by the Mavericks. And another flag on the field. Really, both teams have had trouble with penalties here tonight.
Legal motion.
So that one goes against the Mavericks. Again, Mavericks have had a couple very big penalties, the late hit and the hold, probably chief among them. But the Thunderbirds themselves, they've had a fair number of false starts and offsides themselves. Again, not as big and impactful as penalties as the Mavericks have suffered, but a lot of yellow on the field tonight. So handoff goes to Bamman around the left side, but he is going to be drugged down from behind. That is number 1, Colin Little, on the nice open field tackle.
Yeah, Jax, it looked like that was a called play to hand off to Bamman, and the snap was a little low. Jax kind of bumbled it a little bit. And
yeah, you can kind of see right there on the replay that Jax just barely got control of that snap just as he was being crossed by Bamman, but they did make the handoff successfully, although the play was not as successful. And Jax back to pass. He's got Torres, and nice big gain there. Completion from Jax to Torres. Torres is going to get out to about the 27-yard line. It's still going to bring up 4th down and about 3. So we'll see what the Mavericks decide to do here. Before they decide to do anything, that is the end of the first quarter. So that's going to be where we end it, with the Mavericks down 8-0, facing a 4th and 3. We're going to take a quick break here. Hope you join us for the second quarter. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
On October 18th at 6 p.m., we will pack the house in Coldwater, Kansas. Join us for the best in women's basketball as WePack holds the 6th annual Hoops for Hope. WePack provides resources and screening for women's health in 6 rural communities in southwest Kansas. Get your tickets today by calling 620-886-0961 or go online at wepacthehouse.com. That's wepacthehouse.com. Together we can win.
Welcome back, and we'd like to take a moment to bring your attention to the Operation Christmas Child Shoebox. Look for the donation box at the volleyball game on October 21st or the football game on October 24th. They are looking for hygiene items, small toys, and school supplies. That is sponsored by the Greensburg First United Methodist Church. Go Mavericks.
And speaking of Go Mavericks, looks like they're going to be going for it, perhaps, here on 4th and 3. And looks like the snap is fumbled. It's going to be recovered by Torres, but all for naught, as that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, it got a little bit fancy there, and the snap just didn't make it to Torres. So
that's going to result in very good field position for the Thunderbirds. They're going to have 1st down from the Maverick 25.
it looks like there was a clock error up here in the booth.
Yeah, did not run the clock on that play. While they get that figured out, would like to remind you, or just actually break the news, that the Media Center is proud to announce that we will be the production arm for the Kansas Association of Broadcasters as they present the Kansas Governor's Debate live on October 21st at 12:40 p.m. Coverage can be seen online at kwksmedia.org and will also be available on local television. Be sure to check your local listings.
That's pretty impressive. I am very, very glad that we have the opportunity to do that. That's
Yeah,
big for the Media Center.
It's I'm not sure too many people would have called this a few years ago, but looks like that is going to be a very close race this year for governor. So very important to stay informed and get to know your candidates. So 1st and 10 for the Thunderbirds. Snap goes to Weber. Fights through a couple defenders and will gain 3 or 4 yards. Called a gain of 3, brings up 2nd and 7.
Man, I'm still buzzing about that governor's debate. That's a privilege. It really is.
Debate itself is taking place in Wichita, but again, October 21st, you can catch the coverage all on the Media Center website. And Hacker takes a snap, hands it off to Johnston, who fights past the 20. Good for another couple yards for the Thunderbirds.
Not very big plays so far for the Thunderbirds, but they're chipping away and moving the ball forward. So
again, they've most of their games this year they've put up some fairly impressive offensive numbers, but the Mavericks defense has been able to contain them somewhat. Again, hurt early by that penalty, which really resulted in the only touchdown tonight. And
intercepted.
Yep, Dylan Jack steps in front of that pass, and he intercepts the throw by Weber. So little momentum for the Mavericks here maybe, as they're able to force that turnover. Although they do have a very long field in front of them, as they'll have 1st and 10 at about the 11.
Yeah, that was a good defensive stop.
Really impressive play there by Jax. As you can see, he really just kind of saw that pass coming and was able to get in very good position and just stepped right in front of that pass and picked it off. And Jack's going to keep it around the left side. He's got a little room and steps around a couple defenders. He's going to be caught from behind, but not before a gain of about 15.
Nice job of setting up his blockers downfield. Cut inside, stepped in behind them. Instead of trying to push it forward along the sideline. Good run by Jack.
Just nice patient run, good for about 16 yards actually. It brings up 1st and 10. And Jack's going to run around the right side this time. Again, waiting for his blocks, and again, evading tacklers. Not quite as many yards as last time, but still a nice solid gain of about 7 yards.
Really digs them out of the being deep in their own end zone.
Yeah,
start about Minfield, 2 plays. That's
good running average for Jax on this drive so far. Back in the shotgun again for Jax. And he's going to hand it off to Bandman. And he dives forward, good for a couple yards. Looks like it's going to be close to a 1st down, and definitely a 1st down as they move the chains. So 1st and 10 for the Mavericks at their own 38. So this drive going pretty well for the Mavericks. Really kind of the first real sustained offensive success they've been able to put together tonight. And handoff goes to Torres. He's got quite a bit of room, stays on his feet, and he is going to be knocked down at about the 20. Nice run there for Torres.
Very nice run for Torres. I enjoy watching him run with the ball. I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get to see much of that last week. He
again normally lines up at tight end, one of the more massive players for the Mavericks, and once you get that mass moving north-south, hard to stop it. Another shift for the Mavericks. And Jack's going to keep this one. And he's got blockers, and he's got a lane, and he's got a touchdown. So very, very impressive drive there by the Mavericks. And they're on the board 6-8.
And one positive thing to notice, no flags.
Yeah, first drive for the Mavericks tonight where they have not had any flags. And when they're not making mistakes, you can see they can actually put together a nice drive. And we'll see if they can tie the game here with this extra point conversion attempt. And Bandman going to line up at quarterback for this play. And tries to pass it to Jax, falls incomplete. So Mavericks still down 6-8, but definitely some momentum here.
And that was a really really good drive put together after the interception by Jax.
Well, we'll come back in a bit, see if the Mavericks are able to maintain this momentum. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
There are women with cancer who are trying to cope. Best way to help is to give them hope. It's the Hoops for Hope game, and you can play your part on October 18th. 6 p.m. is the start. If you live near Coldwater, Kansas, come on out and cheer. If you want to check out the broadcast, then watch it right here. WePackTheHouse.com. Once again, when we all team up to fight cancer, we all win.
And welcome back. The Mavericks have been able to get back on the board, 6-8. And here we'll show you the play that got them back on the board, or the aftermath of the play.
That was a really good high five by Torres. I really, I like the technique was perfect. Made good hand-to-hand contact. Nice.
Here we go. Again, just a nice run around the right side by Jax there. Got some blockers in front of him. Was very patient, stayed behind him, and just found a lane and was able to make the corner of the end zone. So Mavericks will kick off here with their back to the wind. And that's going to be Brett McVeigh kicking off. And a little pooch kick is going to go out of bounds at about the 28-yard line.
You can definitely tell the rain that we've had has affected the playing surface, because that ball just slid right across didn't get any rotation, any bounce whatsoever.
Looks like the Thunderbirds are going to actually request a re-kick after that penalty. So McVeigh will try again from the 25. But again, really not that much of an issue with the turf surface that the Mavericks play on. It's very resilient to rain, but we have had 2.5, 3 inches of rain over the last day or so. So could affect more than just the parking situation here at Maverick Stadium. And another onside kick from the Mavericks. This one fielded cleanly by the Thunderbirds. And that was Colin Little who came down with it. And it's again going to be very good field position for the Thunderbirds, as they're going to take over inside the Maverick 30.
Yeah, that onside kick was much more along the lines of what they were wanting, but just didn't get good coverage by the...
Well, you got to credit Little as well. Good hands, didn't have any problems coming down with it cleanly. So 1st and 10 from the 29. And Weber going to try to follow his blockers. He's going to get a few yards out to inside the 25. Called a gain of about 4 on that carry, brings up 2nd and 6.
Thunderbirds not doing too many fancy things, just lining up and pushing the ball forward.
That's kind of been their MO for most of the season, it seems like. Maverick's been able to do a pretty good job containing him so far, as Hacker loses the ball there. But it looks, there's going to be a scrum, but to my eye, it looks like it was probably a Skyline player that came down with it. And Thunderbirds will retain possession, but that will lose them a few yards on that fumble to bring up 3rd and 9. You see Hacker there, really kind of gets hit immediately on the line, and the ball just pops straight up there. It looks like that might have been Jacob Irvin. Maybe got an arm in there to pop that ball loose. Does not result in the turnover, but a nice 3-yard loss for the Maverick D, bringing up 3rd and 9. So 3rd and 9. And handoff goes to Weber, and he loses the ball again, but it goes immediately out of bounds. Still nice big loss for the Maverick D. Again, maybe seeing the results of maybe a wet field and a wet ball, and
cold temperatures.
Thunderbirds having a little trouble keeping a hold of it, and that's going to bring up 4th and 16, and looks like they're going to line up to punt. Mavericks don't send any player deep. It is going to be a punt, and Jack's going to let that ball bounce It's going to take a Thunderbird bounce inside the 20 and be down at about the 17-yard line. And the Kiowa County Health Department would like to remind you to stay healthy and get your flu shot. Available now at the Kiowa County Health Department. The flu is one bad bug. You can visit them at their offices or at the courthouse, 211 East Florida, or give them a call at 723-3366. And that is a very dangerous pass that cost the Mavericks dearly. Thunderbirds read that play before I think the ball was even snapped.
Yeah, Tristan Hogan really jumped that route and just bamming through it right to him. Good heads-up play by the Thunderbolt defense.
Yep. So just like that, Mavericks had a decent amount of momentum built up, but just like that, they're now down by a couple scores. Well, potentially, depending on this extra point.
Good defensive stance by the Mavericks. That keeps it within 8 points.
So Mavericks D stiffens the back there and denies the extra point. But you see the interception there. But yeah, you can see Hogan he knew that play was coming. Just stepped right in front of the receiver and had an open shot to the end zone. Well, you're watching Maverick Sports in the Kiowa County Media Center.
What is Rotary? Rotary is working together with common values and vision. Rotary is worldwide to eradicate polio, dig clean water wells, and save lives. Together, Rotarians grow local economies like ours, right here in Kiowa County. Rotary activities bring leaders together to combine resources for community success. You can be a part of the big picture. Support Rotary projects here and abroad. Join us. Place service over self. Together in Rotary.
And welcome back to Greensburg, Kansas. We're just a little under 7.5 minutes to play in the first half. Mavericks trailing 6-14. They had built up a decent amount of momentum, but costly interception deep in their own territory led to a touchdown for the Thunderbirds, which leads to them being down by 8 points here. But they will be receiving the kick here, and hopefully they can build off their offensive momentum from their last drive and punch the ball in again. So Dylan Jacks is going to be deep for the Mavericks.
Blake Lee set to kick for the Thunderbirds.
And Blake Lee going to do the kicking honors for the Thunderbirds. Line drive kick. Going to be fielded by Jacks. And he is met immediately.
14-yard line.
Mavericks will take over at the 14.
Justin Weber with the tackle.
And it looks like the official is going to be a little generous with that spot, be at the 15. So long field ahead for the Mavericks.
Forward progress.
And Mavericks may be learning from that last play a little bit. Bandman fakes the throw and runs forward with a nice long 20-plus yard run gain.
Looked very, very similar to me. I think much like Mr. Waters up at Manhattan, I would think that the little fake back to throw and just run forward in the open lane.
Well, and that's one thing. Definitely the interception. That was a straight up cheap play. Again, anticipating what the Mavericks are going to run, and if that's what they're going to do, anticipate the anticipation and make them pay for cheating like that. Again,
it's not cheating.
Not cheating, just anticipating would be the best thing. As Jacks couldn't find a hole the first direction he ran, so he'll try a different one and get some yardage.
Dylan Jacks, the ball carrier, made by Levi Johnson.
So a nice, call it about a 9-yard gain there for Jacks. Again, not the way the play was designed, but effective nonetheless. And handoff going to go to Bandman. Able to stay on his feet. far longer than you think he would be, but still, that's going to end up being a big loss, as just really didn't get the blocking he needed to make anything out of that play.
Yeah, he only lacked one more tackle. He could have made some potential positive yards. He was breaking tackles left and right. So there's 1, 2, 3.
Yep, just the
fourth and fifth guy.
A lot of broken tackles, but unfortunately ends up being a loss of about 8, so it's 3rd and 9 for the Mavericks. And Jax looking like he wants to throw. And he's going to find Torres for the 3rd time tonight. It's been an effective combo. Unfortunately for the Mavericks, that's not going to be enough for a first down, and it's going to bring up 4th and 4 from the 35.
Torres has had some real success today catching the ball. Just a little short.
Again, he was actually tied with both Aaron Heft and Landon Davis for the team lead in receptions coming into this game, but has 3 so far tonight to take over the team lead, at least for now. So 4th and 4, Mavericks going to be going for it. And handoff goes to Torres, and it looks like he's going to have just enough for the first down.
Check the spot. It looks pretty close.
Pretty close, and kind of see if that final dive forward is going to be enough for the Mavericks. And Matt, looks like the officials are going to want to bring out the chains, so we will know for sure whether or not this is a first down or not. And just like to remind you about the services the Media Center provides, leading the new age of communication. Again, we provide services, help others use the power of multimedia to carry their mission and vision. Also, education, a core part of our mission. Also provide tools for community organizations and local businesses to bring their message to the world. So Spot is in favor of the Mavericks. They get a first down at the Thunderbird 31. And Jack's going to keep it, but really no room, as good penetration there by the defensive line of Skyline.
Yeah, it really didn't have anywhere to go with that play.
He's going to end up losing a couple yards on that carry. So 2nd and 12 for the Mavericks. And Bamman going to pass it, and just a little bit beyond the reach of Dylan Jax, who's the intended receiver.
Had Jax wide open. He had a lot of running room ahead of him, just couldn't connect with the pass.
So at 3rd and 12, Mavericks take a timeout to discuss their strategy. So we'll take a quick break. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg is proud to offer Bayer Crop Science crop protection products. Chewing bugs, fungal diseases, and grasses needlessly kill or drastically limit corn and soybean production each year. Innovative Bayer Crop Science products control these unwanted intruders. That means increased yields for more grain in the bin at harvest. Let Southern Plains Co-op protect your crops with Bayer Crop Science products. At Southern Plains, we deliver service.
And we'd like to bring your attention to Maverick Volleyball. Tomorrow is the SPA League Volleyball Tournament. This Saturday, live coverage will begin at 9 a.m. You can watch it. You can actually watch it in person, which I would highly recommend. Or if you can't make it out, watch it on kwksmedia.org and watch our broadcast.
So Mavericks talking strategy here as they face a 3rd and long. Again, as they've done many times tonight, big shift in formation before they snap the ball. And there's a whistle there, but I don't see a flag. And it looks like the timeout was called. We'll see who called it. Looks like Skyline. So counter strategy time here for the defense. And would also like to remind you during this timeout that the Media Center will be bringing you coverage of the Hoops for Hope game, brought to you by WePack. That's October 18th at 6 p.m. The game's going to be taking place at South Central High School. $30 no limit per person. That fee does give you include a t-shirt. Watch the live broadcast online at wepackthehouse.com. So 3rd and 12 for the Mavericks after a couple timeouts. And looks like that little strategy session for the Skyline defense paid off, as that's going to be a loss, but we do have a flag on the play.
And there is, I don't know what that could be. It might be unnecessary roughness. That looked like, a block below the waist.
And blocking penalty against the Mavericks. We'll see if they, I'm going to doubt if the...
Yeah, I would expect they would decline this penalty and bring up 4th down for the Mavericks.
Because it's going to be 4th and about 13 or 14 if they decline it. Thunderbirds talking it over, whether they want to take it or not. Penalty is declined, so that'll bring up 4th down for the Mavericks. Call it 4th and 14 from the Thunderbird 35. So, again, inside Thunderbird territory, looks like Mavericks going to go for it. Motion will put Bannon back behind center. And again, trying to find Dylan Jacks for the screen, and pass incomplete, turnover on downs. I'd like to remind everyone that you can tweet at us, join the conversation, see it on the broadcast. The hashtag KCMC Sports. Now that screen pass is a play the Mavericks have tried to run several times here tonight and really have not had any success. Has caused them more harm than good, really, as it was that play that led to the interception return for a touchdown. As we see Weber running around the left side for about 7 yards. Nice carry.
Really strong run.
So after that 7-yard run, brings up 2nd and 3 for the Thunderbirds. And see if they can kind of close this half out with some momentum of their own. And really haven't been able to get too big of a lead, as we have yet another flag here. And it looks like that one's going to be going against the Thunderbirds.
Is that offsides? Offsides against the Thunderbirds.
So that will back them up. Instead of having 2nd and 3, it'll be 2nd and 8.
That's the first penalty we've seen for quite a while.
And Weber going to keep the ball here, running up the middle, but without really much room. Is able to stay on his feet for quite a while and fight forward for a couple yards. He'll get out to about 39. Actually, he's going to spot the ball near to midfield. And that will bring up 3rd and 5. Really, the Maverick defense has been fairly resilient here tonight. Really, especially up the middle, have not really allowed much yardage at all up the middle. It's been around the corners that the Thunderbirds have caused the damage. Of course, the other big thing that has been causing damage for the Mavericks is that thing right there, and that's penalties. Jacob Irvin a little too eager, and he jumps off sides. And we'll see, that's going to be very close to a 1st down. but not quite there. It'll be 3rd and inches for the Thunderbirds from the Maverick 35.
Much better third down position for the Thunderbirds.
Looks like they're going to be in just a push it forward quarterback sneak formation.
Potential fumble, I think.
Yeah, Weber kept it, but at the end of the play, the ball was in Johnston's hands. And that is actually going to end up being a loss of about half a yard, so that's going to bring up 4th and a few feet. Yeah, Weber just lost it there. Fortunately for the Thunderbirds, Johnston was paying attention and was able to smother that ball. Still lost a couple feet. And having a few difficulties with the scoreboard clock again. And it looks like they got them sorted out. And as expected, Thunderbirds going to go for it on 4th and half. And that time definitely have the push, no fumble. And that will be a first down for Skyline.
Much more effective on that conversion there.
Well, not fumbling it helps immensely. And really, that's kind of been the Achilles heel of the Thunderbirds tonight. Penalties for the Mavericks, but there have been several fumbles for the Thunderbirds. Fortunately for them, they've recovered all of them, but has cost them some yardage here and there.
Weber around the outside for good yardage.
Yeah, another, call it 7 or 8 yard gain for Weber. Going to bring up 2nd and 3 from the 26 yard line of the Mavericks. And getting down inside 2 minutes to play. Weber going to keep it again up the middle, and he's got some room, and he is not going to be caught. That's going to be a touchdown for Skyline.
They just kept pounding that same play over and over and over, and finally found a running lane. And you can definitely see Weber's speed there as he pulled away from the Maverick defenders.
Yeah, Skyline has been trying to run the ball at the middle quite a few times tonight, but they really hadn't been able to get much going until that play. But that was a big 26-yard touchdown run by Weber, and they're looking to bring some big momentum out into the second half as they're now up a couple touchdowns.
Oh.
And that snap gets behind Hacker. And he's just going to down it there, so extra point attempt no good. Score remains 20-6.
And there was a penalty on the play, so it's a defensive penalty. They could get another shot at this.
Take another look at the touchdown run there by Weber. And really, after he gets past the first line of the Mavericks, it's nothing but open field in front of him. So officials still discussing what the flag is on that play. Personal foul called against the Mavericks.
So they will run it again.
So once again, penalties really haunting the Mavericks on this game. Very well may cost them a couple points here. And Weber running around his right, trying to find some room. He's going to find the corner again. So once again, penalties costing the Mavericks points. 2 points there. But were it not for that personal foul, they'd be only trailing by 14. Instead, they're trailing by 16. So when we'll come back, Mavericks will have just about a minute and a half to try and put some more points on the board. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
The weather just seemed a little bit unusual.
The sound was just
You can hear and feel things just breaking up.
School was
above
gone,
you.
my church was gone, my town was gone. What are we going to do?
We could rebuild. We could start over and rebuild a whole community. Let's rebuild the town. Let's work together. Let's try to do it right.
The spirit of the community, we will rebuild.
Maybe we do have to do it different.
To be able to make a difference that can be felt for generations, it's very exciting.
Come and experience the story in Greensburg.
And welcome back. I'd like to remind you, just from Maverick Volleyball, good luck Peyton and all the Mavericks from Morgan and Trevor Tyree.
That tournament tomorrow, the spa tournament, so
yeah,
go there. Cheer her
big
on.
tournament here in
Cheer the
Greensburg.
rest of them on.
Again, they can catch the action right here starting at 9 o'clock on the Media Center. And Mavericks going to send Jax back deep to field this kickoff. Fields the ball cleanly, gets his blockers. And he's got a lane and almost able to break out a touchdown run. He still broke out a big return as he gets out. Ball is spotted at the 38 of the Mavericks. So they will have 42 yards to go and a minute 22 to do it to try and cut into this Thunderbird lead.
That was a good return by Jax to give him good position.
Yeah, again, kind of a hallmark of when the Mavericks are successful. Jax just kind of got behind his line, followed his blockers, and found an open lane. Bandman trying to find Jax deep. His ball does travel out of bounds and complete.
He was really lucky on that one. Tristan Hogan had another opportunity to catch it. Luckily, the ball was well out of bounds by the time they got to him.
And Hogan with an interception return for a touchdown already tonight. So Jack's quarterback again, going to try running it around the left side. Gets past the first wave of defenders into the secondary, and a nice run there for Jax. Called a gain of about 6. One thing to keep in mind, I'm pretty sure neither team has any timeouts left to take in this first half. So as we're inside 1 minute to play, Maverick's going to have to hustle to keep this ball moving and to have a shot to cut in this lead. And Jackson can keep it again around the right side. And he's got room. Only one guy can catch him. And that is number 1, Colton Little, not able to get him from behind. And nice run by Dylan Jax. And nice momentum for the Mavericks as they head into the second half. No penalties, so 12-22 right now. See if the Mavericks can get back within 8.
Really nice job running by Jax. Just Maverick bread and butter, man.
I mean, truthfully, that was a touchdown run that's very similar. And looks like Jackson may be a little winded after that run, so Mavericks will call timeout prior to the extra point attempt. And would like to remind you, again, part of the Media Center's WePAC coverage includes a live stream of the school assembly. The theme of the assembly is Life is Defined by the Choices You Make, with keynote speakers Whitney Jones, former OU standout in 2002. She was selected first team All-Pac-10 and third team NCAA Adidas All-Star West Region. Miranda Burns, the 2013 Miss Dodge City and competitor in the Miss Kansas pageant. And finally, Danielle DeGleon was one of the most prolific scoring guards in Texas women's basketball history. During her career at the University of Texas, she scored 1,658 total points and averaged 15.8 points per game. Upon graduating, she played in the WNBA with the Sacramento Monarchs prior to 9 seasons of professional basketball in Europe. So a bunch of great speakers there at the WePAC Assembly. Again, catch the action right here on the Media Center, October 16th, 1:30 to 2:45 p.m. So Mavericks line up for the extra point attempt here. Try to get back within 1 touchdown as they head to the half. And Jackson can keep it around his left, tries cutting in, and just not able to find a hole anywhere. He's going to be stopped short of the end zone. So the score will remain 22-12.
There is a flag on the play.
Let's see what that flag is.
I would guess it might be holding.
Yeah, play stretched out for quite a while. Definitely an opportunity for a gaff there, and that is indeed the call, but the call is declined. So here we'll take a look at the replay of Jack's touchdown run. really, in my mind, kind of a very similar run to the
play that Weber had.
Yeah, the Thunderbirds' last touchdown by Weber. Just kind of started out up the middle and was able to break through the first line of defenders. And once that, just the speed of the quarterback and Jax, able to find the end zone. We're going to take a quick break before we finish off the first half. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
And we'd like to bring your attention to one of our sponsors, the People's Bank, March On Mavericks. They're full-service banking. You can contact them at 620-723-2761.
And McVeigh kicks it off. Ground ball kick fielded by it's number 13, Tristan Hogan. And he gets a little room and is going to get the ball out past the 30, out to the 31. So there will be a little time here for the Thunderbirds to try and get those points back. So again, I'm fairly confident that each team still has one timeout, so Thunderbirds will be able to stop the clock if it looks like they have a chance to put points on the board here.
Well, a stop by the Mavericks would be a good thing going into halftime as far as momentum is concerned.
Head off around the left side, that is Johnston. He's got some room, and he's not going to be brought down until getting out to the 31-yard line of the Mavericks. That is number 32, Nick Mull, who finally brings him down.
Well, that play set up by some really good downfield blocking by the Thunderbirds. As they take a timeout here.
Thunderbirds do take a timeout there. Again, their final timeout with just under 18 seconds to play. And I'd like to thank another one of our sponsors here tonight, People's Insurance, proud supporter of the Mavericks. They offer home, auto, farm, business, and crop insurance. And People's Insurance always puts their clients first. Visit them at peoplesinsuranceks.com or contact them at 620-723-2809.
And also, Dwayne Shank Motors, proud sponsor of the Mavericks. Come see us. You look good in a Chevy. You can contact them at 620-604-9708 or visit their website at dshankmotors.com. Their address is 408 East Kansas in Greensburg.
So 1st and 10 for the Skyline Thunderbirds. They have just under 18 seconds to try and find the end zone. Trying to, again, stop a little bit of Maverick momentum they've been able to put together here in the second quarter. Weber going to drop back to pass, pump fake. He's going deep for the end zone. The only person in the vicinity is Dylan Jackson. He's going to come down with it for his second interception of the night.
That is a great catch by Dylan Jackson. He did a good job kind of waiting for it. It kind of hung up there in the wind a little bit, but got his hand on it, brought it in. Good defensive stop for the Mavericks going into halftime.
Yeah, great stop, good position. Really, just Weber overthrew all the receivers there, and again, only person really near it there is Jax, and he comes down with it. So 10 seconds left to play here in the first half. We'll see if the Mavericks try to bust out a big play or just content to go to the locker room with little momentum. Looks like they are going to try to get some yardage here, as Jax will get out past the 10 for a 5 or 6 yard gain, but that will be the final play of the first half. But Mavericks will go into the locker room with a decent bit of momentum, only trailing 12-22 here to a 4-1 Skyline Thunderbird team. And again, just before we do break, if anyone watching the game is also interested in the Royals score, they are leading 1-0. So again, I'm personally rooting for the Royals, just like I'm.
Actually, I saw a ESPN Sports Nation poll just recently done. 68% of those polled are in support of the Royals. Pretty much everybody except for Baltimore is in favor of the Royals winning.
Well, if for this game, Mavericks again with a little momentum, trailing by 10 as they go into the second half. Glad you're watching us. Hope you join us for an exciting second half. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
I want to tell you a story, a true story. A year ago tomorrow, 1,000 people packed the high school gym at Ashland, Kansas for a basketball game unlike anyone had ever seen. Hundreds of women in these communities have received the opportunity for cancer preventive care because of the funds raised last year. They will survive because you showed up to play basketball. This whole idea was started by a dishwasher, a 22-year-old dishwasher in the kitchen at our hospital, with the idea that one person can change the world.
It's taken off. Like, it's unbelievable.
And he had an idea to bring stars from all over the country to this place, and his dream became a reality. And if it can happen here in a town of 900 people, it can happen anywhere.
It's amazing just to see how one or two people, if the vision that they had and how they've made, how they've made it come true.
The original idea behind WePack was two towns would host basketball game together, and pink and white uniforms. It'd be a girls' game and a few dollars at the door, and we'd use that money to pay for mammograms for women that didn't have access to them.
At one of our board meetings, we were around the table talking about what we could name our basketball game, and so we decided to have this little contest. And when we got in some of the votes, one of the things we opened was WePack. And it hit us. It was like, that's the name we need. WePack spelled out Wilmore, Inglewood, Protection, Ashland, and Coldwater, and that's what we are. We're not just helping the people in Ashland, we're not just helping the people in Coldwater, we're helping everyone.
Everybody in America is talking about the affordability of care, but rural hospitals face a second challenge, and that's access to care. Even if you can't afford it, how do you get to it? How far do you have to drive? And these towns, being hours away from the nearest major metro, are as vulnerable in that area as any. Well, the reality, for a woman that doesn't get a mammogram, the reality for a woman that doesn't get a pap smear, doesn't get a colonoscopy, doesn't get preventive health, or take that preventive health seriously, or have access to that preventive health, it's very grim.
So the idea is go find the cancer before it has told you that it's there. So that means getting mammograms, getting colonoscopies.
Early detection is a big key to winning the battle. It's a big reason that a lot of us survive like we survive.
And I tell all women, don't be afraid of it, because if you catch something when it's early, it's curable.
Get your mammograms, ladies, because it could literally save your life. Tumors caught early are much more easily treated than tumors caught late.
WePack was put together to provide the ability to get people the screening tests that you need.
My name is Kim Hazen, and I have the honor of being the president of the WePack. I started out, I met Ben last August, and he said he was going to have a pink and white basketball game.
We've, set back and said, well, we can use 3 recent graduates from each town, and then we can get some celebrity players. And with that, we realized, some of the biggest women's basketball names in the history of the game are right from these 1A small Kansas towns, and so we started with one of them, with Jackie Stiles, and she quickly said she was on board, and with that there was a snowball effect.
Jackie Stiles! Jackie Stiles!
and then players from Kansas, from Nebraska, from Missouri, from Iowa, from Notre Dame, from USC, from WNBA teams across the country, and they said they would come and help.
Starting forward for the WNBA's New York Liberty, number 40, Sydney Smith.
There's never an opportunity to see professional players and college players and high school players on the same floor. I mean, what a great opportunity for the high school kids.
Kansas, senior, number 30, Ashley Knowles.
And what fun for those former college players and professional players to get a chance to mentor the young girls and to interact with them and share this wonderful sport together, kind of across generations.
Sports Illustrated said, well, we'll do a big write-up on it, and we'll cover the game.
And so from there, 2 Division I college cheer programs agreed to cheer the game, and Division I pep band said they'd be our pep band.
And then came Fox Sports Network and took it to a whole nother level. Fox heard what we were doing and was inspired by it and said, we'll come out and cover it if you can get the players there.
All the money that is raised from this ball game goes to pay for the mammograms, the well woman exams, as well as colonoscopies. So without the ball game and all the work that the WePack Alliance ladies have done, all of this would not be possible.
The future of this project needs to be other towns, other communities using the game of women's basketball to inspire change.
Now we have the sources. The bus can come here. All you have to do is walk 3 blocks or I'll come get you.
Mammogram trucks that come out to your community make it just that much easier. You don't have to spend 2 hours driving somewhere where there's a fixed mammography unit. You can wait until the truck comes to town and have access. The mammogram itself just takes a few minutes to get.
And it's here every month. And so my goal is to make sure every woman in this community has a mammogram.
So don't be afraid of the screening. You hear horror stories about mammography. The reality is it's a minute. Yeah, it hurts. Suck it up. You need to do it. It means you're going to live the rest of your life. You're going to see your children and your grandchildren grow up.
I certainly did not have maybe some of those typical symptoms.
In 2003, I was diagnosed with breast cancer myself.
I just did not have any of those flags per se that would lead anybody to think that I was less than 100% healthy.
It was one of those situations where I thought I noticed a lump, but I wasn't sure, and I thought, well, I'm a doctor, I should know whether or not that's a lump or not.
It's our grandmothers, it's our mothers, it's our aunts, it's our sisters, our cousins, it's our best friends, it's our colleagues. It does not discriminate.
You know, all I can say is that the treatment is so much better than it used to be. The side effects are so much less and are well controlled, and you can live a full, long life.
And I'm now 7 years survivor, feeling great.
Don't lose faith. Don't lose faith. You'll be fine.
My name is Benjamin Anderson, and I'm the CEO of Ashland Health Center. And now that you've seen what 5 small towns are capable of doing to impact the country and take care of their local citizens, we need your help to tell that story to the rest of the country so that we can inspire other towns just like ours to take an active responsibility for their health.
Kiowa County School, located in Greensburg, Kansas, is an innovation leader. The school serves pre-kindergarten through 12th grade students from Mullinville, Greensburg, and Haviland. The facility, all housed under one roof, was recently granted LEED Platinum certification. The school was built in response to the destruction of school facilities in Greensburg during an EF5 tornado that destroyed 95% of the town in 2007. As the town rebuilt, the community committed to building back responsibly and sustainably. The administration and the Board of Education for USD 422, with the support of the communities the school serves, have created a one-of-a-kind school facility that has quality learning environment for students. The building itself is a learning tool, and the district welcomes visitors to learn about sustainability by visiting and touring the structure. The exterior of the building features 3 different kinds of low-maintenance surfaces. The first exterior surface is reclaimed cypress, recovered from the aftermath of the Hurricane Katrina disaster in 2006. It is a low maintenance and has to be sealed just once every 2 to 3 years. The dark gray material you see is zinc imported from France. The second exterior surface material is durable and completely maintenance-free. It will look exactly the same 50 years from now. The third exterior surface is limestone cladding and not only comes from a local vendor in the Great Bend, Kansas area, but also requires no labor or materials to maintain it, even with high exposure to Kansas weather extremes. From outside the auxiliary gymnasium, visitors can see how the school is organized. From this location, visitors notice our shared spaces. Our facility is a pre-kindergarten through 12th grade facility, and so to avoid the expense of building duplicate spaces, all of our students share some common areas under one roof. Those shared spaces are all on this main floor and include the gymnasiums, the cafeteria, the library, and the music room. One of the most visually striking elements of our building is the interior wood, visible from any classroom and in many of the shared spaces. The wood is both aesthetically appealing and helps with acoustics. All the interior wood is reclaimed fir from old barns in southeast Kansas and from a warehouse in California. Another sustainable feature of our building is the use of burnished block and polished concrete floors. Surfaces that require painting, like sheetrock walls, shampooing, like carpet, stripping and waxing, like tiled floors, are expensive to maintain over the life cycle of the building, not only requiring money for paint and paint supplies, wax and shampoo, but also for the labor itself. This building eliminates most of that expense. Many of our walls do not require paint, and the floor surface throughout the whole building, with the exception of 3 office spaces, is polished concrete, cleaned with basic soap and water. Inside our gymnasiums, visitors can see how architects utilize another green element throughout the building. Natural daylighting lights many spaces, but is probably most noticeable during the normal school day in our gyms. During the school day, even on cloudy days, lights are either off or use very few lumens to light many spaces in the building. This is our school's weight room. This serves as a physical education elective classroom during the day and an exercise facility for employees after hours. Some of the most popular features here for students and staff are the customized weight equipment with our school's logo and the iPod docking station. Here in the cafeteria, you again see the reclaimed wood that helps with acoustics and tempers noise. The kitchen staff serves from one end of the cafeteria, and at the other end is the concession stand for activities that our school hosts. There are several kinds of seating, including standard tables, tall tables, a countertop that faces the courtyard, and, when the weather permits, outdoor seating. As part of the school's green design, we do have a recycling room. Paper, plastic, cardboard, and other items that are used in abundance are brought to this room and then taken to our county's recycling center. The band and vocal room is separated from the main part of the building by an outdoor walkway. In bad weather, these large doors can be closed to help block the cold winds from the north as students pass from the main building to the music classroom. The outdoor classroom offers teachers and students the opportunity to take advantage of outdoor learning. Here, as in the rest of the building, students have access to Wi-Fi. The building is heated and cooled using geothermal technology, another green option for newly constructed buildings. There are 96 wells that run 410 feet deep. This system heats and cools the building at a much lower cost to the school district. During the summer months, when we are cooling the building, the facility also uses something called a cooling tower. Hot outside air is piped into the tower and it passes through what appears to be a mini rainstorm inside the cooling tower. Every school features lockers and cubbies for students to store classroom materials during the day. Here at Kiowa County Schools, our lockers and cubbies are made from recycled plastic. Inside each classroom, we utilize the natural daylighting. Also, in each classroom, you see the reclaimed wood that helps with acoustics as well as aesthetics. In addition to the wood in the classroom, fabric-covered acoustic panels help diminish the echo in the learning environment. In order to control light in certain situations, each classroom is also equipped with shades on both sets of windows. The high, out-of-reach windows feature shades that are on a remote control. Another green element that our school uses is a Promethean board, a high-tech interactive chalkboard, so to speak. These boards are interactive boards that allow teachers and students to give and take notes electronically, as well as other interactive educational activities, reducing the amount of paper that is needed each day. In addition, at our school, students are issued a notebook computer for school use that they are allowed to take with them and use at home as well as in the classroom. The workroom features a custom-made cabinet that was specially designed and made for this space. It has been a design that our furniture company liked enough to begin featuring in their catalog. It provides a large workspace and plenty of storage. At some point in the future, the groundwork has been laid to install a green roof. This will someday be located on the roof above the library, just outside the high school teacher's workroom. Until then, the roof is completely functional, and installation can wait until the project is funded. This is a library, and it is one of our shared spaces. It serves students from preschool all the way through 12th grade. The courtyard area is our playground. It features some new playground equipment and a couple of other play areas. The architects who designed the school consulted with child psychologists. They learned that healthy play requires 3 very simple things: for children to have an opportunity, 1, to run, 2, to climb, and 3, to hide. Based on their findings, this design features plenty of room to run, and the pyramid and amphitheater in the center of the courtyard give opportunities to both climb and hide. At the west end of the courtyard, you also see one of the 5 above-ground water cisterns designed to capture rainwater. The school can capture 121,000 gallons of water that is used for watering trees, natural grasses, and the few areas where sod has been planted. As predicted, our data shows that the building is doing exactly what it was designed to do. According to Darren Hedrick, USD 422 Superintendent,
by conserving that water and reducing our irrigation cost, and then also by having waterless urinals and a lot of water-saving features within the building, we've really exceeded our expectation on water conservation. And really about 35 to 45% of the water we used to use is what we use currently. And so we've really exceeded where we thought we were going to be with regard to that, and really pleased with the data and how that's going.
In addition to capturing water, the school installed artificial turf on our largest grassy area, the school's football field. Currently, the school uses 55% less water than used in our prior facilities. The football field and track play host to many sporting events for the school. The field is artificial turf, which is low maintenance. It requires no water and no mowing like other football fields. Currently, the field accommodates 8-man football, but can expand to an 11-man field if the school grows without disturbing the existing track. Also contributing significantly to the facility's environmentally friendly label is the school's 50 kilowatt endurance wind generator. Our generator is among the top 3 producing towers in the world, trading the top spot honors with the unit in London, England, and also with a similar unit right here in Greensburg, owned by the Kiowa County Memorial Hospital. To date, our unit has produced in excess of 366,000 kilowatt hours for savings of around $40,000 in electrical billing. Much of the credit for the vision of this facility has to go to the USD 422 Board of Education and the administrative team that was in place following the destruction of the school. Those administrators are still here, enjoying the fruits.
And an onside kick to start the second half by the Skyline Thunderbirds. There is a flag on the play. We'll see who came up with the ball. Looks like Nick Bull came up with it. Gonna guess maybe early contact there by the Skyline Thunderbirds. We'll see what the officials say. They're waving the flag off. But with thanks to the nice hands by Nick Mole, Maverick's going to have very good field position there after that onside kick inside Thunderbird territory. So, chance to kind of pick up where they left off the first half and cut into this lead and keep that momentum rolling. Once again, Maverick showing some motion before the play, though apparently I didn't like it and went back the way they started. And very nice trick play there. That's going to be a touchdown pass from Jax to number 34, Blaine Liggett.
Very, very well executed play. Very well executed.
It's great misdirection, made it look like a run, and
almost made it look like a little bit of miscommunication too. You almost wonder if that running back and forth was to throw him off a little bit to like, oh no, go out there, you're gonna block, and
so nice start to the second half for the Mavericks. They get 6 points. And Jack's going to try to find his way to this end zone, and he does for the 2-point conversion. And just like that, Mavericks within 2 points, 22-20.
Big play to start in the second half. Really, really well executed.
Take another look
just
here.
A quick little, start of the block and then released, and nice little jump pass by Jackson. Touchdown, Liggett.
Just drew all of the defenders up to the line, and Liggett just slipped behind all of them. Easy pass, easy catch, easy run.
And we have a 2-point ball game.
And I'd like to remind everyone that the Media Center does put on Video Club for area students. It is held Tuesdays, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Media Center. It is open to 7th through 12th grades in the Kiowa County area. To learn video and broadcasting. If you're interested, please give our staff a call, 620-723-1117.
And that 2-point score differential, Matt, may potentially set up the possibility of a game-winning field goal.
Very well might. One other observation I'll make is, again, that big penalty on the extra point conversion in the first half. Again, Mavericks had stopped a 2-point conversion, but were called on a penalty, and after that penalty was enforced, the 2-point conversion was good. So that's the difference in the ball game right now. So after that kickoff, Thunderbirds will take over at their own 36 and try to get some of these points back. So 1st and 10, and Weber going to take the snap and run to his right. And bounce it out to his left after he doesn't have any room, but he's caught from behind by Eric Torres.
Yeah, Eric Torres did a really good job in pursuit there. Just stuck with him. When he tried to reverse stream and head back the other direction, he jumped on his back and dragged him to the ground.
Going to be a loss of 1 on that carry for Weber. Going to bring up 2nd and 11. And I believe that's Hacker that time. And indeed, that is Hacker on the carry. He's going to bring the ball past midfield out to about the 39-yard line. Going to be an official timeout on the field as we have a Thunderbird who is slow to get up. That is number 7, Levi Johnston. Let's take a look at that play again here. Looks like Johnston kind of got caught up in the pile there. And again, good to see the players getting up and trotting off on his own power, so hopefully he'll be back in the game here sooner or later. As it stands, that's a gain of about 6 on 2nd down for the Thunderbirds, and will bring up 3rd and 5. So 3rd and 5, just inside Maverick territory. And Weber drops back to pass. He's got the ball complete, but not much room for the receiver to run.
Big hit by Nick Knoll.
Yeah, Hacker was the receiver there, but really, as I said, not much room for Hacker to run after he receives the ball. Just a gain of 1 will bring up 4th and 4. And looks like the Thunderbirds are going to go for it. Potentially huge momentum swing here. Weber, he's going to get the corner. He's got the 1st down and more. And he's not brought down until he gets inside the 20 at the 16. And it is Jax who finally brings him down.
Big 4th down conversion for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, really, Mavericks able to build up a fair amount of momentum and success in the the second quarter, toward the end of the first half, and started off big here in the second half. But big 4th down conversion might give the Thunderbirds an opportunity to get a little breathing room here. And Weber going to keep it again, this time the left side, able to get past the first line of defenders and bring it back inside the 5.
He's going to be close to a first down here.
And depending on the spot, I'm going to say that definitely is a first down, and it is. So that's going to bring up 1st and goal from just inside the 5.
Quick answer here by the Skyline Thunderbirds.
Yeah, much faster paced first half, or second half so far than the first half. And quick score to open up the third quarter by the Mavericks, but the Thunderbirds marching right down the field, and Weber trying to power his way into the end zone, and he does.
Broke the play and kept his feet moving. Good hard run, hard gained yards for a touchdown.
Again, very impressive power displayed there by Weber, keeping those feet moving. He had a couple of the big Kiowa County linemen hanging off him, but that didn't stop him, and he was able to keep those legs moving and punch that ball in.
And the Thunderbirds answer here.
Could be a big extra point conversion here. And the Thunderbirds convert to get back up by 10. So, impressive answer there by the Thunderbirds after giving up a quick touchdown. They moved the ball right back down the field and got those points back. So there's the touchdown run by Weber. Just again, as you see there, just kind of really big effort at the end of the run and staying on his feet and getting in the end zone. Would like to take this opportunity to again thank the sponsors of the Media Center. And the Media Center, in partnership with USD 422, would like to recognize our sponsor for Kiowa County sports in the fall of this year. Those sponsors include BTI John Deere, Greensburg Rotary, Greensburg First United Methodist Church, the Big Well and Visitor Information Center, Kiowa County Health Department, People's Insurance, People's Bank, Greensburg State Bank, Tyree Ag, Centera Bank, Dwayne Shank Motors, Southern Plains Co-op with locations in Lewis, Greensburg, Belpre, and Centerview, and our good friend Cheryl Hecht. So line up for the quick kickoff here. Couple quick scores for both teams to open up the second half. Mavericks get the ball back. No onside kick there, as that kick by number 22, Blake Lee, is going to go back out into the end zone for a touchback, and the Mavericks take over at their own 15.
See if the Mavericks can score as quickly on this drive as they did last drive and keep it within reach.
Well, let's see if they can have an answer for the answer.
You know, it's kind of a slow first half, like you mentioned earlier. You know, it'd be nice to see a quicker paced second half.
Really, in 8-man football, they do tend to be higher scoring games, with Torres getting the carry there with some nice yardage. They'll break it out past the 20, out to near the 22. Call it a gain of 7.
Pretty agile for a big guy.
Yeah, as we kind of pointed out in pregame, he hasn't got a lot of carries this year, but when he does seem to make the most of it. Coming into this game, averaging 9 yards a carry. And again, just really on plays like that where he gets going, and again, kind of an agility there to evade the tacklers, but also some power to finish it off and dive forward for the final yard or two. There'll be lead blocking for Jax on this play. Jax not able to find much room. He'll bring it out to about the 20-25. He'll be very close to a first down, but maybe a little short. Yeah, the spot will place the Mavericks about a foot short, bring up third and several inches. And another big shift for the Mavericks. And Jack's going to keep it, and he
Looks like he did get across the line.
He did. He nicely evaded a Thunderbird defender or two in the backfield and was able to just squeak past that 25-yard line. Didn't gain a lot, but enough for a first down. So 1st and 10 from about the 26-yard line. Banman at quarterback. He's back to pass. Looking for Landon Davis deep on the left side. Pass falls incomplete, but there is a flag. We'll see whether that flag goes against the receiver or the defender.
Yeah, it looked like Colin had his hands on him as he was in defense of that pass, and just kind of rode him the whole way. Can't do that.
And that will be defensive pass again. Interference called on Colin Little, so going to be a first down for the Mavericks. You see the replay there again. Just not really anything that Little intended to do, but just did kind of get tangled up with Davis, and with that contact will draw flag. So penalty moves the ball into Thunderbird territory. Be 1st and 10 for the Mavericks at the Thunderbird 39. And very good penetration there by the Thunderbird D, as Jax is met pretty much immediately by a couple defenders.
Yeah, the Thunderbirds pretty much sent the house on that one. Nowhere for Jax to go from either side. Oh, they call an illegal shift. It was declined.
Yeah. Another yellow flag against the Mavericks, but with a loss on that run. That's the play which the Thunderbird coaching staff wants to take. Brings up 2nd and 14 from the Maverick 37. And Banman back to pass again. Complete to Davis. Nice pitch and catch.
It's the first catch for Davis tonight. He's had quite a few thrown his way, but just hadn't been close to any of them except for that one tonight.
Well, and he was able to draw that defensive pass interference call just on the last series. They are a bit short on that play. That's a gain of about 12, but it'll bring up 3rd and 1 for the Mavericks from the Skyline 30. And Jack's going to run it forward, but he's met by a wall of defenders, and that's going to be no gain, and will bring up 4th down.
Really nowhere to go for Jax. The defensive line for the Thunderbirds really shut down all the gaps and pushed the offensive line backwards. Jax had nowhere to go.
And fortunately for the Mavericks, looks like Holguin is a little slow to get up there, but he is staying in the game. So big 4th down here for the Mavericks. Jack's going to take the snap, and he's going to keep it. Tries to find a gap in the middle, and he does. That's going to be a first down for the Mavericks.
That play was designed to really open up some big lanes for Jax to run through by spreading Holguin out. It really did a nice job of giving him a place to gain enough yards to move the chains.
And really got to credit Jax there for seeing the gap. Knew he didn't have a big gap there, but he was able to recognize it would be enough for the first down, and he saw that opportunity and took it. Going to keep it around the left side here. Not much room there. The Skyline D able to string that play out.
Jackson ball carrier now played by Colin Little.
Call really gain of about 1 on that play to bring up 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9 for the Mavericks. And Jack's going to keep it up the middle, but again, not much room. Defensive line for Pratt-Skyline Thunderbirds really starting to assert themselves here in the second half. Loss of 1 on that play will bring up 3rd and 10.
Honcho and Liggett out wide.
And Bandman going to get the handoff, and he's going to try to passing it. Complete to Torres, and he's able to get past the first defender, but not the second, but he will get inside the 5-yard line. Nice play on 3rd down for the Mavericks to bring up 1st and goal.
And Weber had a touchdown-saving tackle there on Torres. He's a big guy, hard to take down, but Weber did a good job of stopping him before he could cross the plane.
You see here, again, hard to take down on more than one reason. You know, it was not really power that got around that first defender. It was just a nice move. So, 1st and goal from the 4-yard line for the Mavericks. Again, keeping up this quick pace for the second half we've had so far. So Jack's going to keep it. No room at all. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. That is Daniel Hacker and Brady McComb combining on that tackle for a loss. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 7.
Number 7.
Another shift for the Mavericks as McVeigh and Bandman go out wide. And Jack's going to keep it. He's got some room, and he's got the end zone, but there is a flag back in the backfield, and I fear this one may be coming back.
Yeah, I think this might be an offensive hold. And it is.
It is. And really, it almost looks like that hold occurred behind the play, so I don't know if we're going to be able to get a replay of that, but see if we can't catch the offense here. And
nope, that was clear over on the other side of the field, I think.
Yeah, hold did not occur on the side that Jax ran to, but nonetheless, still a penalty. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 17. And that is a nice pitch and catch. Jax has the catch. Not quite a touchdown, but he gets the Mavericks back to the inside the 2.
And Weber did another good job of preventing a Maverick touchdown. He's really doing a bang-up job stopping the Mavericks from punching it in.
Really, Mavericks' passing game is what's keeping them in this game so far. It's not something they've had a lot of success with this season, but both Bandman and Jax able to find some receivers here tonight.
And into the wind, too.
And they're in good position, 3rd and goal from the 1. Unfortunately for the Mavericks, there's a flag on the play and fumble. They do recover, but that's going to be a false start called against the Mavericks. We'll see what the Thunderbirds elect to do. They want to have, looks like they're going to take the penalty to bring up 3rd and goal from.
It's a dead ball penalty.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, happened before the play. So once again, penalties just really hurting the Mavericks here tonight. Had just this drive had a touchdown called back to a hold, and there instead of 3rd and 1, now we've got 3rd and 6, or 3rd and goal, send them from the 1 to the 6. And handoff goes to Torres, and he is down before he loses that ball, but still not much room there for him. And once again, Holguin slow to get up. And it's going to be 4th and goal from the 7. See, Torres just really met immediately by.
And I don't know necessarily, I mean, the whistle blew, but I don't know that he was necessarily down. I think it was a little bit of an early whistle.
Well, kind of tough to tell.
Got lucky on that one.
So, big 4th down and goal here for the Mavericks. They've got 7 yards to push the ball in. And they're going to do that. That is a touchdown pass.
Good play.
Dylan Jax to Liggett.
Yeah.
So
good job.
couple hiccups along the way, but the Mavericks were finally able to
punch in. Yeah. Took a few tries and they got close, but finally able to score here.
And once again, it's the passing game that's doing it for the Mavericks here tonight.
You know, I mentioned that at the beginning of the game that it would be the deciding factor that these two teams really going to run the ball well.
And Jack's going to try throwing it again. And trying to find Aaron Heff, just not quite able to come down with it, unfortunately for the Mavericks.
Jack's pass intended for
So Mavericks now down 4, but still right in this ball game. Take a look at the touchdown pass there. So again, Jacks to Liggett brings the Mavericks within 4. Hope you join us for the rest of the exciting game. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
On October 18th at 6 p.m., we will pack the house in Coldwater, Kansas. Join us for the best in women's basketball as WePack holds the 6th annual Hoops for Hope. WePack provides resources and screening for women's health in 6 rural communities in southwest Kansas. Get your tickets today by calling 620-886-0961 or go online at wepacthehouse.com. That's wepacthehouse.com. Together we can win.
And welcome back. We'd like to remind you that the Media Center will be bringing the Hoops for Hope game, sponsored by WePack. That game is October 18th at 6 p.m. at the South Central High School. You can attend the game live for a $30 no-limit per person fee, which includes a t-shirt, or you can watch the game live online at wepacthehouse.com.
Short kick by the Mavericks.
And that kickoff is fielded by Hacker, and he brings it out past the 30, out to the 32. So
good starting field position.
Good starting field position, and again, the last drive for the Thunderbirds, they were able to quickly answer a touchdown by the Mavericks, and they'll try to do the same right now. And Weber keeping it, but he is met immediately.
Weber, the ball carrier, tripped up by Aaron Heff.
So 2nd and 9 after that 1-yard gain by Weber.
2nd and 9.
And Weber going to keep it around the right side this time. And able to fight forward, and ends up being a pretty nice run as he gets out to around midfield.
Kept his feet moving. Didn't ever get brought down, but got pushed out of bounds.
So bringing that ball out to the 40 will bring up 3rd and 3. Again, just kind of nice patient running, following his blockers, and able to get a nice spin move there, and Jax finally stops him. That snap gets behind Weber, and that's going to be recovered by the Mavericks. Big break for Kiowa County.
And the Thunderbirds' fumbling problems finally come to bite them.
Yeah, both teams at least being consistent in staying with the same mistakes that are haunting both teams. Again, fumbles there for the Thunderbirds, and Mavericks, of course, have some penalties which have cost them some points. But big break there for the Mavericks as they have a chance to take the lead. Bandon back to pass, and that is tipped by the line and is going to fall incomplete.
Bandon's pass deflected by Leighton Kenworthy.
So 2nd and 10 for the Mavericks. And really the Mavericks have they've pretty much switched to a very, very much pass-heavy.
Yeah. And successfully, too. I mean, we've seen them try and throw earlier this season, but not too much success. But tonight, they really got it working for them.
Yeah, spreading the ball around. And again, it's not just one quarterback. Both Bandman and Jax are having success throwing the ball. And Jack's going to hand it off to Torres there. He's got a little room. He'll bring it inside the 20 to the 19. gain of 4 on that carry for Torres. Going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Tackled by Justin Weber. Brings up 3rd and 7 for the Mavericks.
So 3rd and 6 for the Mavericks. Again, in position to perhaps take the lead. And that looks like a little too much motion there for the Mavericks, and they're going to be backed up 5 yards.
Yeah, I think that was some miscommunication on the snap count. It looks like Jax wanted the ball, and his backs he had with him also expected the ball to be snapped. But penalties again, costly.
Starting again against the Mavericks.
So that 5-yard penalty will back the Mavericks up to the Thunderbird 25 and bring up 3rd and 12. So 3rd and 12 for the Mavericks.
And that is the end of our third quarter.
And that is actually how we're going to end the 3rd quarter. And Mavericks with quite a bit of momentum and have a chance to take the lead here.
Yeah, absolutely. This possession could pay off big.
And right now, we would like to bring you our fan cam, which we do in every game between the 3rd and 4th quarter. Fan cam is brought to you by Support Our Schools, SOS, great organization that supports school activities and just great organization. Thank you to SOS, and hope you enjoy the fan cam.
And thanks to our fans for actually braving the cold weather tonight, being out here for this football game. Supporting them Mavericks in person.
As you can see, all our fans here are bundled up nicely.
You know, it's nice for you guys to be watching us on the screen in your nice warm homes. But
happy to provide the service, but got to salute the fans who
are willing to be out there, and
rain or shine, they're here.
Fan cam. Kiss cam. Fan cam, Dave White. Fan cam.
So Bandman back to pass. He is looking for that's Aaron Heft. Heft was wanting a flag for interference, but it's not coming, so that's going to bring up 4th down for the Mavericks.
He did appear to have somebody hanging on his back.
Well,
just a little bit early before the ball got there.
I'd say the majority, if not all the contact, I do think probably was after the ball had arrived at the receiver. So close call. I'll trust the official on that one.
That's why they get the big bucks.
Yep.
So fourth down.
Yeah. Big 4th down for the Mavericks. Again, a chance to really the first opportunity to take the lead here. And once again, another false start called against the Mavericks. Just making their job that much tougher. Not that 4th and 12 is ever very easy, but slightly easier than 4th and 17.
Brings up 4th and 17 for the Mavericks.
So we'll see what the call is here. Again, here in the second half, Mavericks have really kind of got back in this ball game. Most all their damage has come over the air. And really with 17 yards to go, you figure they almost have to pass here on 4th down. And that ball is intended for Aaron Heft, but gets behind him, falls incomplete, and the Mavericks will turn it over on downs.
Yeah, just a little bit too much on that pass.
Mavericks turned the ball over on downs.
Almost looked like Heft got tangled up with the defender there, and by the time he was
ready to look back for the
ball, it was already a little past him. So big blow there for the Mavericks, although they're still very much in this game. 11:45 to play, and only down by 4. And that is Hacker. Or is that Weber?
I Still don't know.
It's
Hacker, I believe.
I'd just like to respectfully request all visiting teams to keep consistent on who takes the snaps, because it's tough on us old, doddering.
Or at least have dissimilar numbers.
Yeah, make it be 99 and 1. Still a nice 7-yard gain there on first down. This is definitely Weber who's going to run around the right side. And he's going to find a small lane. Not a lot of yardage there, but enough for a first down as he gets inside Maverick territory out to the 39.
Move the chains.
And official's going to get the spot out at the 38, actually. But still, either way, a first down for the Thunderbirds. Tackle made there by Nick Mull. And this is just really a spot where you'd really like to see the Maverick defense get a stop.
Or another turnover.
Yeah. Able to force a couple of those here in this game. Again, Dylan Jackson's a couple interceptions, but looks like the Thunderbirds for now content just to go with that running game. Another nice gain there for Weber.
Well, gain over 3 yards, every possession, every play. No need to throw the ball.
Well, again, that's 6 yards on that carry for Weber. Brings up 2nd and 4. So 2nd and 4. And Weber running straight ahead again, but he's going to be tripped up in the backfield.
Heft got a hand on him there in the backfield. Slowed him down, which prevented, potential.
Yeah, even being hit in the backfield there, Weber was able to fall forward and gain a couple of yards, bring up 3rd and 2.
He's up 3rd and 2 for the Thunderbirds.
Just a quick game break in the middle of the 5th inning. The Royals are leading 5-1.
So 3rd and 2. It's Hacker this time. He's able to fight forward, and that's going to be another first down for the Thunderbirds as Hacker brings the ball out inside the 25.
And they're moving the chains, killing the clock. They're doing ball control football right now and succeeding.
Definitely the game plan that the Skyline coaching staff is wanting to follow, and players definitely executing right now. But you never know. Again, they had a nice drive going last drive, but had a couple of mistakes. Snap get behind the quarterback, turnover, and that's really been their Achilles heel so far tonight, as they have turned the ball over a few times. And Hacker takes that snap, running around the right side. Nice hurdle.
Jumps over the pile.
Unfortunately, he runs straight into a Maverick defender. Still gain of 3 yards or so. Take another look there. See a nice leap there. He is met right when he lands by Dylan Jacks.
Good job on Jacks knocking him out of bounds to. Well, no, he didn't knock him out. The clock is still running.
Still plenty of time. 8.5 minutes. And nice stop there by Nick Mull.
Yeah.
Just
slowed him down enough to let the other Maverick defenders get on him.
Just grabbed enough that jersey to prevent a larger run. That's still a gain of about 2. Bring up 3rd and 5. So 3rd and 5 here for the Thunderbirds. And Weber running around the right side. And it cuts back in. He's got room. And he's going to get in for a touchdown. However, there is a flag on the play. Called back around the 15-yard line.
And it looks like it will be a holding call on the Thunderbirds. So that negates a big play by them.
It is indeed holding called against.
Actually blocking the back, yeah.
That is a big break for the Mavericks. So instead of 6 points down, that'll bring up 3rd and long for Skyline.
Block in the back indicated against the Thunderbirds.
It's 10 yards from the spot of the foul, bring up 3rd and about 10.
Brings up a 3rd and 9 for the Thunderbirds.
And Mavericks will have a couple more chances to stop this drive. And once again, getting some of the yards back. Looks like Jacob Irvin was again a little too eager to anticipate that snap. And that'll be 5 yards assessed against the Mavericks to bring up 3rd and 5.
Offsides indicated against the Mavericks. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Hacker back at quarterback for this play. And he's going to keep it around the right side, fighting forward, and he is going to be close to a first down. Let's see where they spot the ball.
Gain of about 4, so be just short.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be just about a yard short. Brings up 4th and 1, big 4th and 1.
4th and 1 for the Thunderbirds.
And that penalty on the touchdown is really, if the Mavericks stop him here, really, really big play.
Well, it's happened on the other side of the ball a time or two, so we'll see how this ends up playing out. Weber at quarterback, he's going to run to his right side, and he is going to get more than enough for a first down. He's actually going to break free of the pile and get into the end zone.
Kept his feet moving, just was patient behind his blockers, jumped over the Maverick defenders and got in the end zone.
So big blow for the Mavericks. This is again a 2-possession game for them, and they're starting to run out of clock. 6:55 left to play. So 36-26, and the Skyline will try to attack on a couple more. And Hacker stopped by the offensive line.
Weber, the ball carrier.
Take another look at that touchdown by Hacker. Again, nice run there, very patient, and just kind of
kept his feet moving, stayed behind the blockers.
Yeah, just kind of disappeared in the pile, and good enough for a touchdown. Mavericks will come back, try to whittle away this 10-point lead. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
There are women with cancer who are trying to cope. Best way to help is to give them hope. It's the Hoops for Hope game, and you can play your part on October 18th. 6 p.m. is the start. If you live near Coldwater, Kansas, come on out and cheer. If you want to check out the broadcast, then watch it right here. WePackTheHouse.com. Once again, when we all team up to fight cancer, we all win.
And I'd like to remind you that the Kiowa County Media Center will be bringing you coverage of the Spa League Volleyball Tournament tomorrow morning, October 11th. Live coverage begins at 9 a.m. right here at kwksmedia.org. So Mavericks back down 10, but still have just a little under 7 minutes to get back those points and get back in this game.
Kickoff with Thunderbirds.
And Jack's going to field that kick. Gets his blockers in front of him and gets around the left side. Nice return for Jax as he fights his way out near the 30.
Really good patient return by Jax, letting his wedge set up to move it forward at least to the 30.
That's haven't seen a lot of games this season, but have been impressed with the patience of the Mavericks runners, especially Jax and Bandman, doing a good job of just being patient and trying to let those holes open up.
And it is patience and not hesitation. I mean, you can tell that they are letting their blockers set up. Very intelligent running.
And Jax keeps the ball that time. He's going to get out to about the 34. Gain of about 4.5 yards. Brings up 2nd and 6.
Second and 6.
Jacks again at quarterback. Davis and Bandman splitting out wide. Jack's going to pass it. Going deep for Davis. And it looks like Davis, for the second time tonight, is going to draw an interference flag.
Yeah. Number 30, Justin Holtz, again, was hanging all over him, making a little bit too much contact, and draws the
well, that flag will get the Mavericks first down. And take a look at the tail end of that play. Again, just a little too early on the contact for the Skyline defender. And that will bring the ball out inside Thunderbird territory to the 30, where the Mavericks take over 1st and 10. It's again Davis and Bannerman out wide. And this time, Jackson's going to keep it and run. Following some blockers. Nice run there for Jax as he gets inside the 20. Should be good for another Maverick first down.
Yeah, did a really good job just keeping his feet moving, following forward. You know, it's something that Coach White talked about last week was how Jax always has good forward momentum and always gains, you know, after contact, he'll always gain at least one more yard, you know, pushing forward. Really good hard run.
Well, definitely earned the first down there on that run to bring up 1st and 10 from the 20. Mavericks again threatening. Quick pause here as official is discussing some matter with the defensive line of the Thunderbirds, but looks like they got it sorted out. And still a pause in play.
It looks like an equipment malfunction.
And here we'll finally resume play. And Jack's going to keep it again. He's got some room, cuts back inside, and he's going to get inside the 5 and set the Mavericks up 1st and goal.
Good hard running, man. I am really impressed with Jerome Jax. You know, this is the second game I've got to see him actually play healthy and doing a really good job moving the ball forward.
See the run there by Jax. You know, first was just really being patient and following his rovers, but really the last 10 yards or so were all him just making moves, avoiding defenders, and getting inside the 5. Jack's going to keep it again. Not much room that time, however, as he's only able to get a yard or so. Call it actually no gain. So 2nd and goal now from the 4. As we approach 5 minutes left to play in this game, 2nd and goal for the Mavericks. And Jax has trouble with that snap, but he's able to recover, and he's able to stretch forward and get those 6 points back for the Mavericks, and just like that, they're back within 4.
Again, just good second effort by Jax. We've been talking about it this whole drive. Really did a good job leaning forward, you know, extending the ball through the plane. 6 points on the board for the Mavericks.
And really, difference in this game right now is extra points.
Yep.
See if the Mavericks are able to convert here. And Jack's going to pass. He looked like he was looking for Torres or perhaps Heft, but there is a flag on the play. We'll see what that is. Defensive holding, so Mavericks will get another shot.
Yeah, half the distance to the goal. That's another shot at it.
Yeah, also may affect play calling. Again, that extra point Mavericks elected to pass, but when you only have a yard and a half to go rather than 3, you might just try to power it forward and into the end zone. See what the play call is here. And Jax does run straight forward. And no signal from the officials just yet. And looks like it's no good. So unfortunately for the Mavericks, again, they've only been able to convert 1 extra point so far, and that means they're down 4 at this point. Stay tuned for what's sure to be an exciting end to this game. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
What is Rotary? Rotary is working together with common values and vision. Rotary is worldwide to eradicate polio, dig clean water wells, and save lives. Together, Rotarians grow local economies like ours, right here in Kiowa County. Rotary activities bring leaders together to combine resources for community success. You can be a part of the big picture. Support Rotary projects here and abroad. Join us. Place service over self. Together in Rotary.
And we'd also like to remind you once again that the Media Center is proud to announce that we will be the production arm for the Kansas Association of Broadcasters as they present the Kansas Governor's Debate live on October 21st at 12:40 p.m. Coverage can be seen online at kwksmedia.org and will also be available on local television. Be sure to check your local listings.
And onside kick there by the Mavericks. That goes off the hands of Colin Little. So that was the good news for the Mavericks. Bad news is it went off the hands out of bounds. So that is where the Thunderbirds will take over there at their own 36. So Mavericks, they're at the point now where they really need a defensive stop. Down 4 with just under 5 minutes to play. And really nice D by the Mavericks there.
Again, back with the ball control game.
Carry there by Weber. Only able to pick up 2 there, brings up 2nd and 8.
Nick Mole on the tackle.
See there, it looks like Nick Mole and Holguin combined on that tackle. So 2nd and 8 for the Thunderbirds as Mavericks again trying to get a stop and get an opportunity to take the lead here at the end of this game. Weber going to run to his right here. Hurdles one defender. And he'll bring the ball out past midfield out to about the 38-yard line.
Nick Mole on the tackle. Timeout, Mavericks.
And Mavericks going to take a timeout here, stop the clock, just before Thunderbirds are going to face a 3rd and 5. And I'd like to thank another one of our sponsors, the world's largest hand-dug well museum and visitor center. It has exhibits of the history of Greensburg, the tornado, and the rebuilding sustainable effort. Again, the Big Well Visitor and Big Well Museum and Visitor Center. Contact them at 620-723-4102 or contact them at tourism@greensburgks.org.
Beautiful building.
Beautiful building, very beautiful building. Interesting architectural design, if I may be so bold to observe.
I think there's nothing more pleasing than the golden circle.
It's a primal shape. 3rd and 5 here for the Thunderbirds. And handoff is actually, that's going to be kept by Weber. Nice fake play. And Weber able to evade defenders, and he is going to get into the end zone. That is a very nice run by Weber.
Very smart running. Very just.
Justin Weber carries the ball.
I don't have much what else to say. I mean, it was a good run.
Yeah, I'm going to say that was about a 30% credit to a well-designed kind of trick play. Rest of that was all Dustin Weber. So breathing room now again for the Thunderbirds as they're now up 10. And we'll try to make it 12 with the extra point attempt. And Weber going to pass it this time, going for the corner. And that is a very nice throw and a very nice catch there by Colin Little for 2 more points for Skyline Thunderbirds.
Good concentration by Little as he brought that in. The defender was really in good position, and he just kept his eye on the ball and brought it in.
Take another look at that touchdown run by Weber. Did a nice misdirection on the fake handoff, and then from there, Weber able to get the speed to get the corner, and then makes another couple good cuts, evades Jax, evades Torres, and finds the end zone.
And Centera Bank, it's a pleasure. You can visit their website at www.centerabank.com. They're a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
So with that score, again, breathing room opened up again by Skyline. And really the story of the second half, I'm not sure there's really been too many defensive stops. Just a touchdown by the Mavericks to get within a score, and then just an answering touchdown by the Thunderbirds to get a little breathing room. And that's where we sit right now with Thunderbirds up 12 with just under 4 minutes to play. Going to kick it deep. Jack's going to field it. Waiting for his blockers, and he goes around the left side. Not able to find a lot of room, though, and he's brought down at about the 25-yard line. So Mavericks really, they're going to need to score relatively quickly on this possession and then get the ball right back if they want to have a chance at this game.
Yeah, time is most definitely a factor. Getting 2 scores and within 4 minutes is...
So Jax takes the snap. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going deep for Davis. And just barely overthrows him. And falls incomplete. Will bring up 2nd and
10. Davis looked like he hesitated just a bit there. He was
pretty good throw by Jax.
Really strongly defended, and
just a little too strong. So 2nd and 10 now for the Mavericks. Jax alone in the backfield. 2 split receivers. And looks like it's a screen for Aaron Heft. And nice little pitch and catch there. Heft picks up 9, but unfortunately he's going to be a little slow to get up.
Tackle by Levi Johnston.
he's fairly vital part of the Mavericks team.
He is still down, so we're going to have an official timeout, as he's attended to. We're going to take a quick break. Hope he's okay. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg is proud to offer Bayer Crop Science crop protection products. Chewing bugs, fungal diseases, and grasses needlessly kill or drastically limit corn and soybean production each year. Innovative Bayer Crop Science products control these unwanted intruders. That means increased yields for more grain in the bin at harvest. Let Southern Plains Co-op protect your crops with Bayer Crop Science products. At Southern Plains, we deliver service.
See there, Aaron Heff being helped off the field. Had a nice catch on that play. Gain of about 9, but slow to get up afterwards, and hopefully he's not too seriously hurt. Take a look there, and just looks like maybe
kind of jabbed the knee, maybe.
Yeah, kind of a collision of knees there, and another pass there, this time to Torres. So that's complete, would be good for a first down, but there is a flag on the field.
I would guess probably holding again.
It is in that general vicinity.
No, chop block.
Chop block.
Chop block indicated against
Different
the Mavericks.
penalty, but really the result's the same for the Mavericks. That first down will be called back, and instead of being 3rd and 1, they're going to face 3rd and long. So 15 yards on that penalty brings up 3rd and 15, and that's potentially huge. And again, throughout this night, it's kind of been the story of the Mavericks night, unfortunately. They have had big plays called back by penalties just like that, and on the other side of the field, given some second chances to the Thunderbird offense. Jack's going to keep it there. Abandonment. Not much room for him. He's just going to get about a yard out to the 16-yard line.
Tackle by Hacker and McComb.
Going to bring up 4th and very long for the Mavericks.
Yeah, Skyline did a very good job sniffing that one out.
Brings up 4th and 19.
And clock continues to tick down.
This is a very vital play for the Mavericks to convert here.
Really don't have too many opportunities to stop the clock going forward, so may not be must convert. Well, they're going to kick it. And takes a Maverick bounce. And it's going to get out to about the 22-yard line before it's downed by, looks like that's Liggett who ends up downing it. So nice punt by the Mavericks, but their defense is going to have to come up big here.
They really need a takeaway. Go Mavericks, Operation Christmas Child Shoebox. Look for a donation box at the volleyball game on October 21st or the football game on October 24th. It's brought to you by the Greensburg First United Methodist Church Collection Center at 600 West Lincoln Avenue in Greensburg.
So 1st and 10 for the Thunderbirds, and they're just looking for a first down or two, which would seal this game up, but not going to get it on that play, as looks like Bandman able to get through that line quickly and stop the play. Gain of about a yard on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 9. But really, arguably more importantly for the Thunderbirds, again, the clock keeps ticking, and we are inside 2 minutes to play. 5 seconds left on the play clock, but they do get the snap off comfortably. Weber around the right side. Again, not much room there.
Mavericks doing a really good job slowing them down here on this drive.
Another gain of about a yard brings up 3rd and 8.
But the clock continues to tick.
Actually, no, it doesn't, because the Mavericks took a timeout with minute 31 play. We're going to take a break. When we come back, hope you join us for the final couple minutes of this very exciting game. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
The weather just seemed a little bit unusual.
The sound was just deafening.
You can hear and feel things just breaking up.
School was gone, my church was gone, my town was gone. What are we going to do?
We could rebuild. We could start over and rebuild a whole community. Let's rebuild the town. Let's work together. Let's try to do it right.
The spirit of the community, we will rebuild.
Maybe we do have to do it different.
To be able to make a difference that can be felt for generations, it's very exciting.
Come and experience the story in Greensburg.
Stay healthy. Get your flu shot. Available now at the Kiowa County Health Department. The flu, it's one bad bug. Thank you, Mitzi and Marcia and the other ladies in the health center. They're doing a good job trying to keep us healthy this flu season.
Flu is no fun, so definitely stop by, get your flu shot, and don't get sick this winter. 3rd and 8 for the Thunderbirds. Mavericks really need to stop here. And it looks like they're going to get it. Really no gain on that play. It was handed off to Hacker.
Hacker, the ball carrier.
But again, no gain on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down, and then I'd imagine that we will see the Thunderbirds punt, but not until another timeout is taken by the Maverick coaching staff. We'll stay here for this timeout. And another one of our sponsors here tonight, the People's Bank. March on Mavericks. It's a full-service bank. Contact them at 620-723-2761 or visit them at www.bellbank.com or just stop in by their main branch office in Greensburg at 102 South Oak.
And the People's Insurance. Clients first. You can visit their website at peoplesinsuranceks.com or you can contact Janine at 620-723-2809. They are proud supporters of the Mavericks.
And finally, Dwayne Shank Motors, proud sponsor of Maverick Sports. Come see them, and they'll make you look good in a shitty. Contact them at 620-604-9708 or visit them at dshankmotors.com. Thunderbirds will punt it here. And punt is fielded there by Jax. Gets past the first defender. And he'll fight his way forward out to about midfield, where the Mavericks will have minute 16 to score and then Pretty
get the
much.
onside kick and score again.
Pretty much that's the way it's going to have to play out if the Mavericks want to win this game. Again, passing game been doing the majority of the damage for the Mavericks here so far. Although, again, one of the larger parts of that passing game, tight end Aaron Heft, he's still on the sideline, not quite recovered from that injury sustained on the last drive. And Bannon back to pass. And here's a completion. That's going to be a touchdown pass to Liggett. And that's
quick.
Exactly what the Mavericks needed.
Liggett for a Maverick touchdown.
So now the Mavericks must score at least 1 point after attempt. With the point differential prior to this being 12 points. Yeah, it's math.
Yes.
It's math.
If they want to win, they can still tie with 2 normal touchdowns.
This is true.
But you'd rather
gotta go for the win.
And Bandman, that extra point attempt no good. He was trying to find, looks like Liggett again, so not able to pick that time, but the touchdown pass was very pretty. Just perfect long touchdown pass. We'll take another look at it here. Again, just Liggett just outran his defender, and perfect long pass there by Bandman, and that's a touchdown.
Big play by Liggett. You would expect a Maverick onside kick.
Pretty much. Again, with less than a minute to play.
And the Video Club, Kiowa County Media Center, from 7th to 12th grades, Kiowa County area, learn how to do video and broadcasting. They meet Tuesdays at 6 to 8 p.m. You can come learn, take over for me, or Matt, or me.
We set a low bar here, so
we do.
We're easy to knock off for one of our positions. So minute 9 to play here. Mavericks, one would assume, would be trying to get the ball right back on the kickoff here. McVeigh going to be doing the kicking. And there is the onside kick.
And it is.
The ball is loose. And the Mavericks appear to have it. They do. They're going to have a minute 7 to go, 37 yards, so 36 yards, and tie and potentially win this game. So this is a good one.
They've put themselves in position. They most definitely. That was about perfect execution. Very perfect execution.
Yeah, just the kick itself, perfect placement, and just bounced off the hands of Skyline receiving core. And timeout going to be called here.
Are they going to review it?
And it doesn't look like this is a timeout called by
either side.
And it looks like there might be an equipment issue.
Okay.
And here we go.
And I would look for Liggett again.
And they're going right back to that same well. And just out of the reach of Liggett. But that was the exact same play they ran for that last touchdown.
I would go to it again. Liggett clearly had his man beat. Bandman's got enough arm with the wind at his back. I'd go do it again. Run it again, Coach.
There is a danger in that, and I go back to that interception for a touchdown. Run the play, same play too many times, and the defense starts to anticipate it, and instead of just having to beat that corner, you got a safety back there all of a sudden, and could be dangerous. But we'll see what they do here.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The Skyline's the way that they lined up, it was man-to-man coverage. There was no safety even remotely close. With Liggett's speed, he could have, the safety to come over would have had a much further distance to go.
So we'll take a look at this replay of the onside kick. Again, this ball gets past that first line, takes a funny hop, and now we're
recovered by Torres, one of our featured players today.
So 2nd and 10 for the Mavericks, but really they're just shooting from the end zone at this point.
Absolutely.
With a minute left to play.
They've still got 3 downs to go.
Like to remind everyone, you can still tweet at us. throw in your 2 cents and join the conversation for this very exciting ending to this exciting game. And tweet us. If you throw us a tweet, we'll put it on the broadcast. Send it to the hashtag KCMC Sports.
Please send us a tweet. We haven't had one yet, and I'd really like the pleasure of reading what somebody has to think about our broadcast.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the game, though, because this is a great game, but unfortunately for the Mavericks, Torres a little too anxious there. He's going to be called for the false start. But, at this point, truthfully, the 5 yards.
Right, yeah, it's, if
they got time to get a first down or two, but they have not really been showing that they're trying to get small chunks of yardage here. They're going for the
They're going for the whole
run.
enchilada, yep. I like it, I like it. You got nothing to, why not?
So 2nd and 15 now. Minute 3 to play.
And they do have a couple safeties back.
Bandman going to keep it on the run. And he's going to have a nice run.
But he put the ball on the ground.
And
see who recovered.
And that
Skyline recovered.
That will probably be that for the Mavericks. As Bandman loses the ball there at the end of that play, recovered by the
Thunderbirds.
And with the Mavericks taking a couple quick timeouts on that last possession, they don't really have the opportunity to stop the clock.
No.
Thunderbird ball.
See if we can see where Bandman lost the ball there.
Near the 30.
Kept it there.
Right.
Looks like Weber knocked it out.
Weber knocked it free.
So
that was a nice view by our cameraman.
1st and 10, but it looks like victory formation for the Thunderbirds, taking a knee there.
Yep.
And looks like they'll have to do that one more time, and that will more than likely be the game.
Well,
still, despite looks like they're going to end up with a loss, got to salute the effort by the Mavericks. Fought hard the entire game, ends up only losing by 6, it looks like, to a very good 4-1 team. Probably a few things that, few victories they can build off of, but also I think a few mistakes which they're going to try to learn from. Again, more than anything, just keep going back to those penalties.
And really, penalties. That really hurt the Mavericks the whole game. From the opening possession on through.
Again, they ended up losing by 6, but it was not a touchdown difference. It was all down to extra points.
Extra points, yeah.
They were only able to convert on 1 extra point, whereas the Thunderbirds able to get a few more, and that's the difference in this ball game. Again, Mavericks just fall short by a score of 38-44, and that is going to be how we leave you here tonight. Again, a nice, hard-fought game by the Mavericks, but still hard-fought victory for the Thunderbirds. They go to 5-1 and hope to continue their nice season. Well, we'll leave you here tonight with a look at the highlights of tonight's game. Hope you enjoy them. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Glad you're watching us. Please watch us next time and also watch our volleyball coverage tomorrow. You've been watching Maverick Sports on Kiowa County Media Center.
and welcome back to all you that just finished watching the exciting highlights of this game. I asked for a tweet, I got a tweet, so I'm going to read it now. Yes, my boys getting that onside kick. Y'all deserve to win no matter the outcome. Played with heart tonight. Hashtag KCNC Sports at Tedder94. Thank you, Mr. Tedder. And from all of us up here at the Media Center, good night.